Hello.
Hello
Can,
there.
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. What's up, Bun? He said I'm on time. And hey, you're the only, and you know how it always go. Every time, Carrie. What when we get towards the end, that's when everybody come in, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Never fails. But I don't want to hold you too long. But I finally got the video that wouldn't play the audio. Matter of fact, before I go any further, because you heard it played in the background. So let
Mm-hmm.
me make sure that it do it now, because I ain't got time for massive dynamic and they foolishness. And then they gonna send me a thing, gonna tell me that oh well, wasn't nothing wrong with our end. That the video must not have had any audio on your end. What? I'm sitting here listening to it. I can hear it through my headphones, but it wouldn't come through. Oh well, of course. Yeah. Okay. I want to make sure that it worked, and then I'm gonna give my little interlude, and then I'm gonna let you have at it. Now, let me
How
see.
many times will you go to the grocery store
Can you hear that?
I can, yeah.
this
Bun, can you
weekend?
hear it?
Once, twice? Imagine if
Bun, can you hear that?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. We are good to go. See, this the same video. What's up, Deshaun? This the same video from last week that Massive Dynamic gonna send me a thing and say, nah, it ain't us, it's you.
Mm-mm.
Now, I ain't changed nothing, but it's working now. Oh, and I got a warning yesterday about harassment and bullying and hate speech. Making a comment on Misanthropic One's channel to a chick that told, when I told Misanthropic One, I'm gonna tell you that, and then so we can get on with it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I put the Misanthropic One. I said, "Hey man, just step over her, man." He's about people in the video. I said, "Step over her,
Mm-hmm.
man. Don't even scuff up your shoes stepping on her." That's all I said. That's it. So some chick that I don't know, I'm assuming it's a chick because chick reference, chick avatar, right? Girly type
Mm-hmm.
avatar. And says, um, come on, brain. Oh, wait a minute. Let me close this here. Yeah, you get off of there. I don't need you. And well, are those Asics? Talking about the shoes. And I said, no, they're Doc Martens. She said, no, blacks don't wear Doc Martens. Blacks wear Jordans and stuff like that. That's what she.
Excuse me. I have a
I'm
pair of Doc
just.
Martens in my closet.
I got two pair. I got a pair of the shoes, and I got still got my Doc Martens that I was wearing when I was in Germany.
Yes.
With the red, I had to take out my red laces because in Germany, the red laces mean something different than they do over here. So
Okay, got you. Yeah, I
yeah,
have a maroon pair of Doc Martens, and then I had another pair, the kind that looked like Mary Jane
yes,
years
yes,
ago.
yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, I
Yeah,
love Doc Martens. Very
yeah. I
good
love
shoes.
my Docs,
They'll
and
last you
and
forever.
yeah, and you can get them
Mm-hmm.
resold. So only thing I said was, well, ma'am, the type of men that I run in circles with, you know what I'm saying? We wear boots, mainly steel toes, because we're the
Mm-hmm.
construction and working class. That's it. And the next comment I go to get, flag, boom, community guideline, blah, blah, blah. You risk of being put, not being able to comment or losing your channel. So I screenshotted it because
Jeez.
you know how you can reply to them like you're gonna rebuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they say, please enter the screenshot, you know, which I did. That's the beauty of having dual monitors because it won't let you close YouTube to go back and get that screenshot. So
Mm-hmm.
I went to another screen and opened it up from my Nick's Tunes channel, shameless plug for, you know, my music channel, shameless plug. And I screenshotted it and I put it in there. I said, now show me what I said that constitutes this popping up. You know, they ain't responded, right?
Oh yeah. Typical.
What is it with them effing with me? I mean, so I
Uh-uh.
mean, was this person baiting me? Because you know how you can report somebody for, you know, hate
Mm-hmm.
speech or whatever, bullying, but you think that they would at least look at the goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? Before they even say anything. You would think. Or am I asking too much?
Well, they may have, and they just didn't care.
Oh, okay.
Or you know too much for the people at Massive Dynamic. You know, they don't want the masses to learn anything.
I wonder if they
Mm-mm.
sent her one for saying, you know, black people only wear Jordans and stuff like that. Probably
No,
not.
probably not. No.
Yeah. You know, I don't know. Like I say, when and that it's gotta be hard for a female to get her channel flagged. Dude, don't think you gotta do is breathe wrong. You know, but that's why
Mm-hmm.
I got the machine doing a lot of the talking for me.
Man, this is some bullshit.
So they can't say that so they can't say that I said anything. You know, I'll let the machine talk for me. I don't know. So, hey, what's up, Double K? What's up, man? Hey, Carrie. Don't get mad at me, Kevin. This was about 2 years ago, Carrie, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Kevin was giving your boy Rollo that work. he was giving Rollo that work. I was dying laughing, and I don't know what happened. I just walked in on it, but Kevin was, I don't know what Rollo said, but apparently yeah, he like, I know he was giving him that work, and
Marlo's an idiot.
I'm like, what the hell did I walk into?
Mm-hmm.
And, but I hope they got it worked out because he was definite. Whatever Rollo done, I suggest he don't do that no more because Kevin didn't like it at all. Okay. I wish I knew so I can write it down. So okay, don't say this to Kevin because he gonna get in that shirt with you. Okay, let me write that down because I don't want none of that heat. Y'all, this food desert stuff, you hear it all the time. We was talking about it last week. Food deserts, the bodegas in New York and New Jersey and Baltimore. And what's that? What's that big city in Delaware where Joe Biden is from? Because I even done the video. Remember, the lady that was talking about she been on Section 8 waiting list for what 2 years, and you was telling her that she had to that she need to get a
Yes.
job. What
Yeah,
was that?
I don't remember the city, but yes, I do
Was it
remember
was it
Wilmington.
Connecticut or
Wilmington?
Delaware?
Okay.
No, I think it was Connecticut.
Was it Connecticut? Okay.
One of them, yeah, that one there. They say they got food deserts there. Wilmington, ain't that's where Umar's
Mm-hmm.
school is, right? The building anyway, right?
Yeah, the building, yes. Uh-huh.
So now they say all businesses are greedy, right? If you're a capitalist, you're greedy, right? even though
Mm-hmm.
they tend to forget that communists and socialists are greedy, because socialism, you feed them, you produce for them, and then they take and divvy it up and give it out to y'all. You own a wheat farm in the former socialist, the former communist Russia. You can't sell wheat and wheat products to the public. The government, you know what I'm saying, takes it and they divvies it up. Now, Carrie, don't for a minute think that they actually keep some for themselves. You know, they always give it, you know, all out, you know, because
Yeah,
they wouldn't
okay.
keep none for themselves. No,
Yeah, socialism isn't power to the people like some folk think it is.
they know
It's not
better.
what it is.
They know better. They just hope they get far enough up the food chain where it don't affect them. There's not enough room at the top for all you mofos. But anyway, so why would a grocery chain or individual store leave a hood that they actually making money at? Who does that? Nobody.
Go into.
That mean, yeah, that mean they ain't making no money. So y'all
Mm-hmm.
don't want them to leave, and you mad, and you know the mayor Kwame in Baltimore, and the mayor and the one in New York, y'all don't want them to leave, and the mayor of DC. And how does DC have a mayor when it's technically not even a state? But anyway, I ain't. Let me leave that alone, right? Let me leave that alone. Who leaves a
How
profitable
do they have
business?
oh well, yeah, that's never
It's a
mind. So
district.
we're gonna leave it
Yeah,
alone. We don't have to talk about that.
yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah, go ahead. That's a
yeah, but
whole
they
nother
making
show,
money.
how that
Yeah, they
happens.
make it
Mm-hmm.
right. I mean, so who says, you know what? Wait a minute, let me get. I love money, but I love watching niggers suffer than I do making money. So I'ma close this joint down and watch these niggers grovel and suffer.
Uh-uh.
Who does that?
Nobody.
Nobody I know.
Nobody. Because everybody's money is green. And people don't spend money setting up a business just to turn around and shut it down and leave the area when it's profitable. That makes zero sense at all.
Don't make no sense to me. So
None.
I'm gonna play this first one here. And you know we gotta stop it to keep from it getting, you know, getting popped.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and play Miss Lady in the red dress.
How many times will you go to the grocery store this weekend? Once, twice? Imagine if one trip to the store took up to 3 hours by bus. That is a reality for some of the 30 million Americans, including more than 100,000 North Texans who don't have access to fresh food. It's called living in a food desert. So why can't we fix it? Here's David Schechter with tonight's Verify.
Now, one thing about tech. Now, the next one, of course, you know, is on the East Coast, but this one succeed that, and that's why I picked this one. So won't nobody say I'm just picking on the East Coast. I think Texas qualifies for not being on the East Coast. I think we're far enough west to be considered not on the East Coast.
Right.
So now you've driven through Texas multiple times. Anybody that's driven through Texas know how big it is.
Yes.
3 hours in Texas and on the East Coast, 3 hours, you're in another state. Maybe two. Hey, okay. God dang it. He just popped in. Can you hear? Truth.
He's muted.
I ain't got him muted. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Is this mic on?
Yes, sir, it is, sir.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. I don't know. I don't care what Nick is talking about. I'm here. Doesn't even make a difference right now. I only ask that everybody in the chat, please be humble and merciful in all your praise when talking about Truth Teller 410.
Anything else, sir?
Again, please give them a minute to sing their praises in the chat.
Okay, what they I never heard of a food desert. Now I think Kevin Kelly, I think you from the New York area, just like this guy is that's at the bottom there. Yeah. Food deserts. Hanging out in front of the bodega.
I still remember the first time I told you about the concepts and the
I'd never heard of such.
Yeah. Good old bodega.
I was like, no, what? I'd never heard of. I'm like, what the hell is a bodega? You own one. No, I don't. I own a convenience store. That's a bodega.
That's a bodega minus the gas station.
Okay. Kevin Kelly said he in Jersey. Okay. Right next door, right? L.A. Thorne and Kevin Kelly in Jersey. So, okay, let's finish the video and then we'll go ahead and get into it.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Come on, video.
Oh, hold on.
Go ahead.
I have a hat on. Salutations, Carrie.
Salutations.
Y'all stupid.
So we haven't had food in this community, like real food in this community, for half a century. Double the rate of cancer, double the rate of stroke, double the rate of heart disease, double the rate of diabetes, and double the rate of childhood obesity than the county we're in.
About 1 in 10 Americans do not have access to a grocery store that sells fresh food. That's called living in a food desert. There are 40 of them that blanket the city of Dallas. But it's not like we don't have enough food in this country.
Dallas, the 8th largest city in the United States.
So why can't we fix this?
So we're on our way to go see Jaretha, a mother of 3 kids. She's 26 years old. She works overnight. Nice to meet you. I'm David.
Jaretha lives in a food.
And of course, it would be a black female, right?
Who else would they get?
Well, Jaretha.
I mean,
The name didn't give you an idea.
Look, I was. Can I hold out hope? Can I hold out a little bit of hope? They say clubs that way say something suspicious is all by design. Yeah, Debbie Deb. Okay, let me shut up and play the video.
Food desert, and I'm gonna go shopping with her. By bus, the easiest grocery store to get to is Walmart, and it's 8 miles away.
8 miles. That's what he said, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said 8 miles. On
The
what
nearest
planet
Walmart
does it?
by bus.
Yeah. On what planet
Mhm.
does it take 3 hours to travel 8 miles? Because the lady said 3 hours, right?
Uh-huh.
On what planet? I'm willing to bet you. Okay, never mind. Hey, I'm gonna F up my own
This
screen.
is time you could be spending with your kids. They're home right now. You got to go to the grocery store.
Waste of time sometimes, but I have to do what I have to do.
Fun fact, in Detroit, us Detroiters call the buses, the nickname for them is the Iron Pimp. We've been saying that as long, long as club, the math ain't mathing.
I'm wondering if is it 3 hours for the entire trip? Because buses do have stops, so there are probably several stops along the way and back, but still
Take the express.
3 hours.
I used to when I used to go to school, New York City, you had to be a like in what they call special ed to ride the yellow bus. So we took city buses. I went from 163rd Street and 3rd Avenue to the last stop, which was Fordham Road, and it didn't take me 3 hours to get there. And I still had to catch another bus to go up the street to get to my high school. They exaggerating 3 hours.
Yeah, 3
How many
hours.
miles?
Like 3 hours for her to get there, do her
for 8
shopping, and then
miles.
get back.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Of course, they have to exaggerate the situation to so they can get people like Nick Taylor to come out and sell all his stuff, especially that expensive microphone he got there. Topic for another conversation, and donate it to the people who don't have, like myself and Carrie. Anyway, go ahead, Nick. What was you playing? You playing your video?
Man, this is some bullshit.
Hey, brother, let me tell you something. All I did was knock on the door. You let me in. It's your fault.
This is true. Yeah.
Looking at the map, it says it's going to be 48 minutes to get to the grocery store.
It's hard. We have to travel far just to get to where we're going because of us lacking, a car.
Hold on.
And because it's so hard, many people...
Hold on. Listen, let's stop beating around the bush. Let's get straight to the point. This is not going to go to Patreon. I'm going to keep it clean. Because Carrie, if it was just me and you, Nick, I'll get the cussing and carrying on. But let me tell you something. I don't want to hear no pity party about how it take you forever in a day to get to the store. Listen, put yourself in a situation where you don't have to go on a bus to get that far to the supermarket. That hairstyle that she got, I'm pretty sure her hair don't naturally grow like that.
Now, see, there you go picking
and
on her
I bet
hair.
you money, when they put the camera on her, they probably told her, look, we're going to come put you on camera. Hey, do us a favor. Calm it down on the clothes, your jewelry. We have to make you read like you live in a poverty.
Take that blonde wig off, right?
Yeah.
Take that long blonde wig off.
Yeah. You know the car you got? Hey, do us a favor. Take that somewhere else. We have to really make it look like you are really a victim of a poverty-stricken disposition, and the government and the people have failed you. And just so, and you had to take the bus to get you some fresh, safe, healthy food. And I know damn well she's not walking into a Walmart.
Okay. I mean,
okay,
but true. Last week, because remember we read off
That was Tuesday.
from the USDA's definition of what qualifies you to be in a food desert. And it was, what was it? I done forgot already. What was it? A mile in the city, or 3 miles in the city, and 10 miles in the. And so technically, I live in a food desert. Technically, because it's 27 miles for me to get to the grocery store.
Well, hold on. Say that again. How far do you have to be qualified to live in a food desert?
I'm going to let it play, and I'm going to find the link from last week, and I'll read it off again, bro.
Go ahead.
Won't make this trip. They'll go to the corner store where you can't get fresh food. But that's not what Jaretha wants for her kids.
I love to see fresh food, and the smell of the tomatoes is pleasant. Anything fresh is pleasant, of course.
But getting fresh food is ultimately a 3-hour round trip. I'm giving her a hand today, but usually she only has 2 hands to carry everything back.
This issue of food and getting the food, how hard is that for you on your life?
It's very hard. So I go to Family Dollar or something like that, where I know they have a little ground meat or whatever. I'll just have to settle, but it can be frustrating.
Okay, yeah. So, Bun, I was thinking the same thing.
I'm sorry.
She can get one of those wheeled carts.
Exactly.
People get on buses with those all the time.
All the time.
I have one. I keep it in my trunk to put all my stuff in.
Hey, how do you think old people used to get from the supermarket up to their house? They had shopping carts.
Yes, they did. Exactly. Yeah. My mother has one.
And then it's crazy how she talk about fresh food, but you buying pasta, ready-made pasta dinner in a bag. and you got cereal out of a box.
And that's the part I'm gonna cut up on that part. You know that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you touched the tomatoes. I didn't see you purchase nothing. You know what? Show me what you have in your house also. If you really want to convince me that you want better for your kids, show me inside that apartment. Right? Show me your refrigerator. I bet not see, which I'm pretty sure is up there, a big box of mixed bags of potato chips. You know damn well she got Capri Suns, packs of Kool-Aid all over the damn place, ramen noodles. This is why I could only carry 2 bags. Well, if it's that bad, you got that strapping, Mr. Clean with you. He can't help you carry no bags. He got a cameraman and all that stuff. You can't say, yo, while y'all here, perfect. I live in the food desert. Can we go to the store and I can really go food shopping for some fresh fruits and vegetables because I want my kids to eat better? Yo, let me tell you something about the Afro-American Negro, man. You can sell them a jar of air. Tell them that is something that other than a jar of air, and the Negro will believe it. They are pitiful.
It's true.
They are pitiful.
True. It's true. The Negro loves lies.
Yo, she probably got exploited for a sock full of nickels and dimes. In a picture with a picture with Mr. Clean arm around her. I don't feel no mercy for her. Please. We live in the food desert. Yo, move out the food desert then. Them nails don't look like they struggling.
And here we go.
All right, yo, show me your lifestyle. Let me see the phone you talking on.
Well, they give you the phone free if you sign a 2-year contract.
Yeah, I know damn well they ain't having out brand new iPhones if you sign.
Yeah, not all of them are free.
Yeah. So I know
not all of them are free. The ones that I see, a lot of them have better ones than I have.
Yeah.
They're not paid. That phone ain't free.
Yeah, if you want to show me you really out here struggling, I want to see your entire living situation. Don't sit on the steps of your apartment, with a man with his shirt on, and y'all sitting there talking about woe is me. No, ma'am. I want to see everything about you. You get child support, you get welfare. Where do you work? Change I don't understand how people will complain that something is putting them in the situation that they're in, and then look for the people who they claim put them in the situation that they're in to fix the situation. If a dog bites me, I'm not going to the dog to say, look what you did, stitch me up. The people are insane, man. They are insane.
I found the USDA definition of the food desert from Tuesday.
Please show it.
It says the USDA define a food desert as an area that has either a poverty rate greater than or equal to 20%, or a median family income not exceeding 80% of the median family income in urban areas. 80% of the statewide
Hold on,
median.
stop right there. Go back to the word before areas. What was that word again?
Urban.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. And in order to qualify as a food desert, an area must meet the certain criteria. In urban areas, at least 500 people or 33% of the population must live more than 1 mile from the nearest largest grocery store. So if a third of the population live more than 1 mile, then the nearest large grocery store, you qualify as being a food desert. In rural areas, at least a third of the population must live more than 10 miles from the nearest largest grocery store for you to qualify. I had no idea that I lived in a food desert.
I live in a food desert too, then.
Yeah, so do I.
And this is see, you don't count because you got a whip. You got a whip. You be riding around speeding, zipping all in between cars and shit. So you got a whip, so you don't count. So but that's not me. That's the Department of Agriculture. I feel myself getting heated. Let me press play.
Department of Agriculture. It factors in a neighborhood's income level and
I'll be damned. Here we go.
access to transportation, and most importantly, if you live more than a mile away from a grocery store. And we're not talking about a corner store.
So they use, because I ain't even watched the video. They're using the same data.
Mhm.
A mile?
Mhm.
Come on, man. A mile? You effing with me, right? I can see a mile being a problem if you handicap. And we know handicapped people exist.
Mhm.
But what percentage of the population do you think is actually handicapped? And they make provisions for handicapped people.
Yeah,
Shuttle services and all kind of
and
stuff.
all that stuff. Yeah.
So, come on.
Store here where fresh food options are rare. We're talking about a grocery store that does at least $2 million in business a year. And here's
Carrie called Whole Foods whole check food.
Yeah, that shit is expensive.
Whole paycheck foods.
Yeah.
Whole paycheck foods.
why all of that matters. In areas without a grocery store, the government says there's an increase in obesity and chronic diseases.
Stop that. In areas with an increase, I'm sorry, hold on. Let me, Jesus Christ.
Let me pull it back for you.
I got it right here. Areas without grocery stores, you see increased obesity and chronic disease. Well, if one sleepy Joe Biden was to wave his magic wand and put grocery stores in the middle of all said poverty-stricken disposition communities, you know, or food deserts, do you think for a second? And I gotta speak on behalf of the Negro. Do you think the Negro will take his hard or her hard-earned EBT card and go into the supermarket, walk past the Capri Suns and the Kool-Aid juice packs, walk past the chips and the soda?
Because at the
Oops. Go ahead.
Walk past all of the sugar-coated cereals, and high salted potato chips.
Before I get into the,
I had to get the tick since you said since you went on the Negro thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Hey, you know, I'll always stop to pay homage. Rest in peace,
No,
David. Carroll.
tick.
Listen,
tick.
I strongly doubt you can go to any urban community full of Negroes. You can give each one of them $1,000 and say, there is a Greyhound bus right here. We chartered some buses, coach buses. We're going to take y'all to the supermarket, the local market, and then transport you back with all your groceries. If 1,000 Negroes went, I promise you, maybe one will go pick up some fruits and vegetables. I'm talking about ratio to non-healthy food. We all know they will go in there, they will go buy chips. And first of all, ain't nobody buying nothing for the kids, it's all for the lazy Negro sitting in the house. But anyway, they not buying nothing healthy. Me, you, and Carrie, we all know this. They're not buying nothing healthy. They're gonna buy a whole bunch of salt and sugar and a whole bunch of crap. You know, white flour, white sugar, white rice. They're gonna buy all that stuff. And then the only thing they're gonna qualify as fruits is when they buy the canned fruit that's high in fructose.
Yep.
Yeah, they won't even get the kind in juice.
And they're gonna go buy vegetables that's
in
in
heavy
can,
corn syrup. Yep.
high in sodium. And
Mm-hmm.
then they're gonna qualify that as fruits and vegetables. I've had Negroes, and I'm not gonna say no names. I've heard Negroes in my family who say my knees have problem with my knees. Well, you should drink water. Oh no, I don't drink water. I just drink
I hear that all the time.
Hawaiian punch. What?
They won't drink water.
Yeah,
You
won't
mean
drink
they
any
ain't eating
water for nothing.
salt-free pistachios?
Hell no.
Salt-free, they ain't eating salt-free
Mm-mm.
pistachios?
Bro, I have one
No.
in my family who say, I don't eat fresh fruit. It makes me gag. Bitch, you excuse my mouth. Excuse my mouth, Nick. I apologize. Woman, you smoke cigarettes, drink alcohol, you eat Snickers, M&M peanuts, all this. Fruit make you gag. Fruit of all things that been in your mouth, fruit makes you gag.
The truth, I got you one better. I have one in my family that's a diabetic that said she can't eat fruit because it raises her blood sugar, but yet she will inhale any kind of sweet stuff that comes across, that crosses her path. And she actually was eating a piece of peanut butter pie when she told me she couldn't eat grapes because they raise her blood sugar.
I got one for you. When I was working, when I was a patient care technician, I was telling this lady about the importance of key lime. If I'm lying, I'm flying. That woman looked me in my face and said, "Oh, I'm always taking in key lime. You mean like key lime pie?" I said, "No, no, 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 no." That what? I said, "What? Say that again." She said, "Key lime pie." My brain was like, "Nigga, just go, go, look in the corner and talk to yourself. You probably have a better conversation."
But truth, what if those mean people are always hanging out in front of the bodega where they can't get the type of food that they need?
Let me say this, Cheryl. If you can get off of, if you can wake up in the morning, brush whatever remaining teeth you have in your mouth, throw on the same clothes you probably had on yesterday, and to go stand in front of the bodega to look fly all day and night, you can get your behind on some buses or a train and go down to the supermarket, or how about go buy a shopping cart and push it to the nearest supermarket, and you listen, you can do a lot with yourself. There's a lot. Let me tell you, these people, what she's saying, oh no, we don't have this, we don't have that. Listen, stop it. They still have pantries. I seen Negroes go
Yes,
to the
they do.
pantry and nitpick the pantry. Oh no, I don't want
Yeah,
that. Oh
and you
no,
can get fresh fruits and vegetables at the pantry.
fresh. They oh no,
Fresh.
I don't want that. Oh no, I don't want that. I don't want that. But you take a can that just says pork with blue writing on the
Mm-hmm.
silver or silver can say pork or peanut butter, you know, or or just or somebody just says cheese.
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me you got the time to be choosy? These people ain't sitting there in positions where they don't have no choice. No, you have a choice. The same, how'd you get to the place to do your nails? If it take you 3 hours to get to the supermarket, where'd you go to get your nails done? Who's trimming your hair?
Right.
Well, Kung Fu Kevin do the nails right down the street.
Well, Kung Fu Kevin, I'm pretty sure he's right down the street. Guess what you could do? The same energy and time you put into going to Kung Fu Kevin and sitting in his chair and getting your nails done, put that effort into going to the store and stop complaining. So all I hear niggas complain.
Plus, I'm gonna say this. It's Texas. Okay. You can you can stretch your money there. So there really is no excuse, in my opinion, for her not to do better. You can
let
stretch your money and live good there.
let somebody black talk about I'm throwing a bus ride to the all white affair. I bet you money that they'll ride 12 hours to that.
Oh yeah. It'd be decked out.
Yeah.
But Carrie, what about Jeriquavius and Gloctavian and them always block messing up stuff where they might be scared to travel anywhere. Because the only thing they do is attack black women at every time when they trying to do something good.
So Cherub, I think somebody said it in the chat. Negroes don't have a problem traveling to go get J's. Jordans, I believe they said.
And stand in line for a K. Don't forget that. In the rain.
And stand in line in the rain, yes.
Mm.
And it's true. They don't have a problem
Waiting for the new iPhone?
traveling.
No?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. They don't have a problem traveling to go get their hair and their nails done too. That's
And
never a problem.
I'm pretty sure that same female who was sitting there talking about, I want better for my kids, I bet you money she got on that bus to go slide down that wayward penis when she was making those kids.
Yeah. And if she wanted better, she would have stopped at the one.
Mm.
See, there y'all go.
Well,
Look.
she wouldn't have had none until she was able to put herself in a better environment before she started bringing kids into this world.
Well, look what's on the
There
screen.
you
You
go.
got an abandoned building there. It says for lease. How come they don't just open up right there and put a grocery store there?
Because Negroes would be in there stealing, looting, hanging out in the parking lot. This is the thing. People act like, they don't want they don't put businesses where we. It's because you Negroes don't give them an option. Y'all give them there's no reason to put something there. I'm black.
Exactly.
I'm black and Spanish. You think I would open up a store around black and Spanish people? Hell no. I already know what's going to happen.
But Truth, you self-hating coon.
And proud.
Add me to the coon list. Can I get on the coon train?
Listen, when you tell your say Negroes and flies, say it again.
Yeah, Negroes and flies.
Yeah, right. I'm proud to open the door for a fly any day.
I say Fuzzy was telling me, he said, man, you got to choose, but when given a choice between choosing the Negroes or the flies, you see what's choosing the Negroes been getting you. You might want to switch and choose the flies.
Nick, I'll open the door, let the fly come in and point at my ear and say, have at it.
And I found out the origin, and I knew some of it, but I finally had to track it down.
Yeah.
Saddam Hussein's uncle, one of the original founders of the Ba'ath Party. Y'all know what the Ba'ath Party is, right?
Yes, sir.
I know y'all heard of them. B-A-A-A-B-A, then the apostrophe A-T-H, the Ba'ath Party. They cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. He is talking about, he said there's three things that God could have not, because they say everything God created isn't grand. Because three things he could have left off: small hats, Persians, and flies. Yeah. I'll put it in the chat. Ba'ath Party.
What did David Carroll say? Rest in peace, David Carroll. What did he say? He believed if there's a God, I got to paraphrase it. If there's a God, he believed when God made the Negro, he did that to show that he have a sense of humor.
Yes, I remember him saying that. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Man, and look, from a guy, a small businessman, dude, this building back here. Now, I'm quite sure it must be in the neighborhood. I don't know. I'm assuming that's where they picked it at. And I'm gonna roll the video. Maybe they'll tell us. And you can see it got some size to it. The big sliding doors look like it used to be a Kmart or something. Maybe it was a grocery store. I don't know. But if people only knew, when you got penny profits in the grocery business, penny profits, because you throw away a lot of produce. Because once it ain't sellable no more, you throw it away or sell it to local farmers because they feed their chickens and pigs and hogs and stuff with it, right? And they got to, and they'll tell you, even the small grocers around that I know, they say, look, they figure out which one's cheaper, me throwing it away or selling it to a farm. And they picked which one's the cheapest.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, how much is it going to take to get that get the whatever county where they say this in Dallas? That's where she says she at, right? For the county to pull a permit from the county, pull a permit from the city, have the USDA come out and check it, get an inspection from the county, right? Get your space, refrigeration, storage, all this other stuff, right? your water filtration system. You got to have purified water to spray the misters for the vegetables, for the produce, right?
Yeah.
Can't be regular tap water, right?
Yeah.
Which makes no sense because now I can drink tap water, but the grocery store can't use tap.
Yeah, that's retarded.
That makes no freaking sense. That's that's an added expense to the grocer. Okay, so you do all that. Now I got to get registers. I got to get the tile done. I got to get racks put up. I got to get a staff, right? I got to get the power company to turn the electricity on.
Yes, sir.
Kilowatt per hour. What's the property tax rate in that zone? You got to get the water turned on. You got to get the gas turned on, right? So you upside down how much money before you even start taking bids from local suppliers for meat, vegetables, chips, blah, 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 skippity blah. So I'm mad that somebody ain't willing to come out of pocket $3 million before they even crack the front door open for me to come in and pick over the stuff and grab a bag of Doritos and a 6-pack of Big Red soda and go up here to register and pay for it with a Texas Lone Star card, our version of EBT, Texas Lone Star.
Yeah.
Man, let me play this thing.
Grocery store that does at least $2 million in business a year. And here's why all of that matters. In areas without a grocery store, the government says there's an increase in obesity and chronic diseases. To fix that problem, Dallas council member Casey Thomas wants more grocery stores.
Here we go. The black Negro Democrat politician, right?
Showing his teeth. For
lease, 5. I already know because I know the area codes here in Texas. That's going to be a 5. 512-989. Look, it's been there so long, it's falling apart. Right? It's been there so long, it's falling apart. Now, okay, so how come? Okay, no, forget it. Let me play it. Let me take some of my own medicine.
How many do you think you need? How many would you like to see built?
I mean, as many as possible. Maybe 10, 20.
For 2 years, Thomas...
What?
10, 20 grocery stores?
Hey, you know what? That's a politician thinking for you right there. That's what them liberal politicians thinking. 10, 20 grocery stores. So you mean to tell me you have the means to man 10 to 20 grocery stores? Listen, man.
Okay, let me play it, y'all. Let me play it. God damn, let me play it.
Has been trying to get a store to open in this space in southern Dallas. It's been empty for a decade. The city offered any grocery chain $3 million to take it over. No one was interested.
Okay, hold on, Nick.
I got a question for y'all.
I'm wrong. Correct
Go
me
ahead.
if I'm wrong.
Uh-huh.
Isn't South Dallas the hood?
Yes.
Okay.
So they got $60 million to put into supermarkets?
What did he say? 3 million? Would they say 60? Or did
the city was offering $3 million.
Or $3 million.
I was gonna say 3.
You want 20 grocery stores? Ain't that $60 million?
Yeah, and South Dallas, that's like the armpit of the city. Ain't nobody
you asking for trouble. You asking for trouble. You asking for it.
Oh Lord.
When you have as many options as they have, this has not been their choice. Some of it has been
even if you offer them $3 million.
$3 million.
I talked to
that slick charlatan. You heard what he said? They don't have no options. No, Nick, what happened to we?
See, there you go, man.
No different than the black pastor, huh? I apologize. Go ahead, Nick.
What I'm gonna do with
grocery industry expert who says it is hard for a big supermarket to make a profit in a food desert. That's because residents generally have less money to spend.
They got it.
And it can cost grocers more for security.
What happened?
Yo, go back.
Because I was looking for my next video.
Go back probably like 20 seconds. Right there.
Okay.
Right there. Look what they show to represent the black community.
This has not been their choice. Some of it has been
even if you offer them $3 million?
$3 million.
I talked to a grocery industry expert who says it is hard for a big supermarket to make a profit in a food desert. That's because residents generally have less money to spend, and it can cost grocers more for security and loss prevention.
Do you agree?
What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do with y'all?
You mean to tell me there was no sane black people walking around? You had to show that crack whore. I'm pretty sure that's a crack monster. You had to show that of all people.
See, see,
Nick, please go back to that. Pause it, please, Nick. Please.
Profit in a food desert. That's because residents.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
But her weave done. She got a weave.
She looked like she smelled like sauerkraut.
Why is he picking on people?
No, why are they picking?
Say to me, shit, them.
Everybody black mulling up and down them streets, and you stop and just so happen to turn your camera on that crack monster, probably looking for something on the floor that's not there because the drugs and alter her mind.
Mm-hmm.
She got her whole life in her hands, carrying it in her hands. Look like she ain't got no business out here in civilization. And the first thing they said was, hey, Bill, pull over real quick. Wow, hey, we gonna use that. Well, I thought we was gonna go Nick. No. Nick Taylor, he's not black enough. That's black. A hair-hatted hooligan.
Yeah, hair-hatted hooligan.
Smoked out on a corner with Sanchez over there looking at her. Listen, I give up.
Yeah, sitting in front of his used furniture store.
It's used furniture store selling mattresses they find in a dumpster.
Mm-hmm. They sprayed some Febreze on.
Y'all see what I got to deal with these two?
Hey, right next to the Metro PCS store.
Right.
Hey, four phones for $99 a month.
Yo, they give you a box of phones for $99 a month, bro. A whole box. Yo, this whole scene right here. What did David Carroll say? Hollywood screenwriters can't write this.
Hollywood screenwriters couldn't write this. Couldn't script it any better.
I would. When
y'all ready for me to roll it?
Yeah,
because we got 3 more videos. Well, one of them real short. One of them ain't even 3 minutes. But we got a couple of more videos.
Generally have less money to spend, and it can cost grocers more for security and loss prevention.
Do you agree with the reasons that the grocery store chains give for not being able to do business in your neighborhoods here?
Based on their model, I accept that. I don't believe that to be true from the standpoint of you can make money. You can make money because people will buy groceries.
Do you think he owned a business that understands how the transfer of money for goods and services work, or is he just an elected talking head?
He's just an elected talking head.
Yeah, he's running
so Thomas
good enough.
Wants 10 to 20 new grocery stores, but so far the city has only attracted 2. Bringing in big grocery stores, it feels like a losing battle. Are there other options besides bringing in grocery store chains? I'm at a place called Bonton Farms in the heart of a southeast Dallas food desert. They're growing fruits and vegetables, raising goats and chickens. And I'm pulling weeds with Darren Babcock, who lives in the neighborhood.
One of the cool things about an organic farm like this is there's absolutely no waste.
Yeah, we pull the weeds and they go where?
To the goats or chickens for food, and then they turn it into fertilizer, which is kind of a cool cycle of life.
So wait a minute.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. We got the white man, the evil white man that had to open this on the south side of Dallas to help feed Negroes and Mexicans.
What you said? Feed who? Would feed them.
Negroes and Mexicans.
Ain't he the devil? Ain't he
The
devil?
devil. Thee. Thee. Matter of fact, I think I got an evil for Thee. The devil. Okay. Man, look, I'm trying to push through this. I'm trying to keep my I'm trying to keep my cool.
Now, look here, Negroes and Mexicans. You make sure you get over here and purchase some of this Bonton Farms delicious produce, or I will haunt you in your dreams.
I don't know, y'all.
The plan here is to build a community center and cafe, a place where residents can gather, buy affordable food, and learn about healthy living.
Can I make an observation in that the word food desert seems to not be a helpful term to describe the problem or how to fix it?
Right.
Do you agree with that or disagree?
Absolutely, because it isolates a big problem into one symptom. If you put a grocery store in, it's only going to affect a 1 mile radius. It's a really small impact for a really huge expense.
You'd need hundreds of grocery stores.
Hundreds.
Another nonprofit is helping to get fresh food into corner stores. At a place called Hackney Foods, they have this cooler, and fresh food is delivered once a week.
If you don't understand the depth,
you think the hood Negroes is wait a minute. Why is the food still there? Why isn't Boom Kwee buying this fresh produce at the corner store and cooking it, preparing it, then cooking it in her home for her children?
You're cool, Nick.
Well,
to the problem, we're going to wind up hitting the bullseye of the wrong target. And the wrong target would be building a grocery store in a community and thinking that's going to solve the problem.
Remember that $3 million that no grocery store would touch? With that kind of money, Darren thinks he could help open community gardens and stores across southern Dallas.
We have 40 food deserts, and with that $3 million, we could have the answer to this problem.
Okay, I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna switch on to the next one. I ain't messing with him. Okay, look. Okay, go ahead.
Nick, let that play. I was kind of interested.
Well, let me pull it back up because I'd already asked it. Hold on.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Go ahead to the next one.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah, positive.
Okay. Let me see.
Just email it to him.
Yeah.
Okay. Because this is actually on my hard drive. So let me see. Let's see this. Oops. Yep, it's working. Okay. May help if I okay, that was that one. That's that one. Ooh, and the good one is that last one, and it's 25 minutes, but that's the one I done from the stream. Remember the stream we originally done on this? I found it. I found the video and I downloaded it. It's on my deal here. Okay, let me get going. Video file.
Hey Nick, I found it.
Food desert.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I don't understand how.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was just queuing it up.
I don't understand how you go from showing a black crackhead. Hopefully, she's just a crackhead. Leaned over on the side of a wall when you're discussing the black community and how black people are victims of living in food deserts.
Mm-hmm.
And then the solution you show is the white man.
Thank you. Thank you.
How is that just? Hold on, I have it queued up right here. Now, tell me if this sounds familiar.
Man is the devil, not a devil, the devil. He's evil incarnate.
How in the hell did we get to that as the solution? Because all I saw in that farm was a Negro working.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see him sitting down telling Negroes, "Hey, here's the blueprint for for when you can go and grow your own fruits." And I know people used to grow fruits and vegetables in apartments,
Oh yeah, I did.
right in their windowsill, right, Carrie? Right in the windowsill.
Yeah.
Yes, I grew well, it was mostly vegetables like tomatoes and
Yeah.
herbs and cucumbers, but yeah, I had that going on when I had my apartment.
And so, how in
Hmm.
the hell is your solution just to show a video of a white man in his farm? Negro, what solution is that for the Negro?
I think the message is that the Negro is a grown child and has to be cared for and looked after. Like how they justified keeping them in bondage because they can't care for themselves. That's my takeaway.
I'm trying to keep my peace. I'm a let this one run. This
Hey,
one here
one
it
more
is
time, Nick, please. Just one more time. One more time.
hit it. Let me have it.
Man is the devil. Not a devil, the devil. He's evil incarnate. So if the white man is evil incarnate, then we have to logically conclude his white woman is equally evil incarnate, yet your son, Farrakhan.
I don't want to get to that
Hmm.
because I don't see the Nation of Islam out there or all these people who represent said religions out there in them food deserts helping these people. Let me stop. Go ahead, Nick.
Okay, so you mean the wait a minute.
Where's the
In
Power Rangers
FO
at? Where's the Power Rangers at?
Yeah, where's the Power Rangers? Hey, y'all, help me out. What does the F in FOI stand for?
Fruit.
Fruit.
That's really a fundamental question of society. Are we helping people live the best lives that they can? I think people say deserts, there's nothing
Hey,
in the
little
desert.
Tyrone,
That's
pick
what
up
we
the apple and put
commonly
it
think
in the
of, right?
basket.
And so like, oh, this is a place where there's no food. And it's really a term that came from the United Kingdom. Do you have to go like a mile from your house to get to a grocery store? In rural areas, it's 10 miles. With food deserts, a lot of folks, starting in the early 2000s, a lot of folks like adopted this term and we wanted to work with it. And we thought, wow, this is a really useful term. We can map these food deserts. We can show policymakers.
It is a bill that has record resources for nutrition.
This
No good,
became
Nancy.
then one of the parts of the Farm Bill in 2008 with a healthy food financing initiative. And was rolled out at the national level.
Right now, there are 23.5 million Americans, including 6.5 million children,
There y'all girl.
who live in what we call food deserts.
Lambert is what's known as a food desert.
Food deserts.
These are often called food deserts.
The problem is, it doesn't work as well as we thought it would. It's a term that people tried to, generalize. It doesn't contextualize that space. It doesn't account for the differences in that space. It's the same in Wyoming as it is in Nebraska, as it is in Virginia. And those are wildly different kinds of contexts. And a lot of the critics of food deserts are coming out of food deserts. And they're saying, you don't know my neighborhood. You open a grocery store, maybe people don't feel comfortable in it, so they don't go, or it doesn't have their foods that they're used to and like, so they don't go, or they still can't afford it, or or they don't have a place to cook anything, so it's better for them to buy processed food. I mean, there's just a whole plethora of things that interact. Really,
They don't have a place to cook it, so they rather buy processed food.
talking about with
What?
food security in general, and thus with food deserts as well, is we're really talking about poverty. Is food available? Is it there, right? Is it affordable? If you can afford it and it's available, how are you going to get to it? How are you going to access it? I'm not ever talking about just food. I'm talking about income distribution. I'm talking about, zoning issues. I'm talking about business investments and incentives. These are all really huge problems that we need to address.
Y'all go
So
ahead
they don't
while I
have
get the next
stoves.
one ready. Go ahead.
They don't have stoves at all. Are they homeless? Are they living in shelters?
See. There you go. There you go.
Yo, you would think that they were talking about people who just came out of they just came out of slavery yesterday.
The ones who came out of slavery actually did better.
Yeah, they knew how to cook.
They had skills.
Yeah.
Because they were the ones who did all the work.
I'm trying to there it is. Wait a minute, is that it? Yep, that's it. Okay, I found the next one here. Video file building.
People should be
I
ashamed
sent
of themselves.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say people should be ashamed of themselves. You know, listen, anytime they talk about black people and their struggles, they go get the worst of the worst, man. Remember the joke back in the day? Anytime they would put black people in the news, it'd be 100 people, 99 lawyers and one crackhead. They'll walk past all the lawyers, go to the crackhead for the statement.
Yes.
Oh yes. You think that they would? Well, number one, I don't stick out. So I mean, yeah, most of the time I'm wearing a dirty Dickie shirt and some steel toe boot. No, but they wouldn't talk to me. They like that Negro look like he do work. Don't ask him nothing.
Oh no.
I need to trick him. I need to get some Air Force Ones and a jogging suit and just one big. I need to steal slides that big herringbone he got and put it on and turn this hat backwards so they don't see the Peterbilt, because they see Peterbilt, they like, no, this Negro work. But if I turn it backwards, they won't see it, and have them come walking up to me asking stuff, and I'm gonna light them up. They're gonna be trying to cut the microphone off talking to me. All right, now this one here, I sent the link to this one to George Macon, because this video is like 7 years old and it's in North Philadelphia. So I sent this to him before I download Tuesday, and asked him, is this still going? But I mean, I Googled it. Well, not Google, I don't use Google, but I done an internet search and it's showing it's still there.
Yeah.
Hours operation, all this other stuff. But I don't know if it's a good place or bad place, or is it just fluffed up for the camera. But anyway, let's go ahead and roll it. And this one is from PBS, so I gotta pause it at least twice.
Now, a look at food deserts, underserved communities that lack access to.
Hey, y'all in the chat, if the volume is loud enough, let me know. Give me a 1 if you can. If the audio is good for y'all in the chat, hit me with a number 1 or a thumbs up, or give me something. Let me know that the audio from the video is coming through good.
Fresh food. Economics correspondent Paul Salmon examines how one grocery store chain has devised a different business model to address the problem. It's part of our weekly series, Making Sense, which airs every Thursday on the NewsHour.
Fourth-generation Philadelphia supermarket owner Jeff Brown is a hands-on CEO.
Is everything all right?
Yes.
Yeah.
With customers and employees alike.
Miss Ivana just showed me some things that I can get better in.
Brown has become renowned for doing the seemingly impossible. He operates 7 profitable stores in food deserts, low-income neighborhoods where supermarkets have long since feared to tread. Bus driver Kevin Griffin thought it can't happen here.
We've been waiting for this a long time in this area.
This area is the Nicetown Tioga section of North Philly, known for its shuttered factories, not its supermarkets, since there hasn't been one here in over 20 years. Lonia Cameron's family has lived here much of that time.
This is the first place that's been so well stocked. The produce, the meats, everything is so fresh.
This property was an abandoned, unappetizing tasty cake plant until grocer Jeff Brown came around.
Not the tasty cake.
Tasty cake. Hey, and here's the thing.
Every ghetto, you can get tasty cakes if you can't get nothing else in the hood. Hell, truth, I sold tasty cakes.
And Negroes was buying them, right?
Yes.
There you go.
And here go my stupid ass. What is so intriguing about this damn cheap ass cake? they sprinkle crack in that. It gotta be crack in this thing. Hell, look, even your boy ODB rhyme, but put tasty cake in his rhyme. You know, rhymes as good as a tasty cake.
Yeah.
Look, I'm glad that plant closed because they was selling crack. They was putting crack in them tasty cakes. It had to be.
Yeah.
How can something so cheap taste so good?
When we looked at the real estate to come here, there were no other interested parties.
None.
None.
Others saw the lone and level sands of the food desert. Brown saw the chance to build an oasis.
I saw 75,000 people with no grocery store.
But how to succeed in a business that traditionally lost about 4 cents on every dollar's worth of sales? By really trying. Trying everything. Going for tax breaks, government and foundation grants, even getting a new bus stop in front of the store. Public-private partnerships like these offset costs by about 2.5 cents for every dollar of sales. Add an extra 2.5 cents, and you wind up with a 1 penny profit margin, like most supermarkets. Brown makes that extra 2.5
That's
cents
true.
by catering carefully to local tastes.
I think this is an interesting example of our business model. Understand our customers come from the South, they like sweet potatoes. Figure out the right items. It's like half of the bakery business.
Sweet potato pies already
Religiously
made.
sanctioned meats for the neighborhood's many Muslims.
Well, of course. I don't eat sweet potatoes or sweet potato pie,
Hold
but I
on.
get it.
Wait a second. Does that Muslim lady have Chef Boyardee cans in her hand?
Now see.
Yeah.
Now
And
see.
Fruit Loops and
Now
Fruit
see.
Loops?
well, it looks like she got like a bag of apples in there also up front.
Bash me Allah. What?
I knew I was waiting. No, I knew it was coming.
Are you what?
Is Chef Boyardee halal? Is it
Hell-
halal?
Yeah, just as much as I'm white.
Well, maybe she's a plant. They gotta sell the story, bruh. They gotta sell it.
Yo.
But see, you ain't supposed to notice that, and you ain't supposed to see it. I bet you I can read something. I bet you it's something on the back of that can in the ingredients that goes against. Dude, I know Muslims that eat bacon. I know Muslims that drink alcohol.
Yeah, I know Muslim who smoke reefer all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, look at every rapper from Philly's a Muslim, right?
Supposedly.
Yo, she's sitting there holding Chef Boyardee cans and full guard talking Muslim. What? Let me tell you something, man. Can I quote David Carroll again?
By all means, sir.
Rest in peace, David Carroll. He said, and I quote, "Just when you think the Negro has reached his limit, he does something else that shows his debauchery knows no depth." Nick, I did not think at one time during this live we would see a Muslim buying cans of Chef Boyardee, raviolis at that, which has pork and beef in it.
Yes. I got a can. I got a can on my shelf. When this thing roll, I'm gonna go drag it off the shelf and read the ingredients. I actually have some. I got some Chef Boyardee on the shelf here in the office. These drivers eat that. They be wearing it out. But let me go ahead and roll it.
This is our halal meat room. It's a completely separate meat room, and the imams in the area have been involved with the selection of our vendors.
Imported ingredients for its immigrants.
Fufu flour. Fufu flour is big among Western Africans.
Brown's mantra, if you stock it, they will come. And there's another motivation here as well. Health via nutrition.
I'm gonna go grab the can now. Go ahead.
If you don't have it, they don't come here. If they don't come here, they don't benefit from your fresh foods.
Like produce, bountiful here, rarely if ever found in the desert. Since lower obesity and less diabetes are the goals, there's fresh seafood. Instead of fried chicken, Brown's House Grilled is heavily promoted. And thin sliced beef because it fills the plate, cuts the calories, cuts the cost.
This is a $10 challenge. We're going to stretch $10 today.
An on-site nutritionist, Ruby D. Davis, demonstrates how to eat well cheaply.
Oh, we're in luck today. Cabbage is 69 cents a pound. So this is something that you can choose a nice cabbage, probably about 2 pounds or more.
And they're gonna go
and you'll
boil
be
that
able
for
to
like
stretch your dollars
95
that way.
hours.
Let's look at the bananas. The bananas are 59 cents a pound.
Of course, her lessons are up against a host of distractions.
Employment issues, just not having enough money to buy food. They're dealing with grandchildren, taking care of them. They're just dealing with a lot of other issues, and they just feel like nutrition is not at the top of their list right now.
But the store is trying to put it there.
How long have you had this headache? Like 3 days.
There's also a walk-in clinic where the uninsured can see a nurse practitioner for $20 with just a short wait, can access an on-site pharmacy.
So one other
That's
person
good. I like that.
also has claimed right?
Yes, my son.
An in-store social worker helps customers apply for public benefits.
Look at
There's even a credit union with no minimum deposit on your account, free check cashing, instead of the typical high-fee alternatives in low-income neighborhoods, and a low-cost bill payment service. But what's most important to the community, says Democratic Ward Leader Mark Green, are the 300 new jobs here.
This location has provided
Headache for 3 days.
full-time employment for a lot of guys. It changes your life because now you have gainful employment. You can provide for your family, you can take care of your children, you can support your wife, you can pay your rent. You don't have to sell drugs. You don't have to be on the corners anymore. You won't become a recidivist.
This was my first shot, my first job ever. I never had a job before.
41-year-old Anthony Jackson spent half his life in jail.
I've been incarcerated for numerous crimes.
Now that is good that he got out of the pen, worked himself up. Now he a frozen foods manager at the store. I applaud the brother for that.
Yup.
Drug possession, firearms violation. I had a lengthy criminal background pass. I couldn't get a job anywhere. I tried to get a job out of
Hey, you know what's crazy? Pause that for a second.
Restaurants. Nobody gave me a call.
Mr. Clean come up to him with a microphone and a camera and said, "Tell us all your crimes." Like, I done sold drugs and killed niggas, threw babies out the window, stole cars, slapped my mama. Now, if I go to him and say, "Brother, what was you locked up for?" And that nigga would turn on me. You see how easy it is to get, if he would have said with a camera in front of him, okay, what's your social security number? He'd have read it off. Well, go ahead, Nick, you muted. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm muted. Let me go ahead and run the thing.
All that.
But Brown did. 6 years later, Jackson is now a frozen foods manager, making over $50,000 a year.
I'm not the same guy I used to be. I'm off of parole. I'm off of probation. All I do now is work. So I'm trying to climb this ladder of success.
But really? Success? When so many of the jobs are low wage?
This is a stepping stone. This is not going to solve all the problems. It's an entry-level position. It provides employment. It does fill a void, but it's not the total answer.
Nor is it the total answer when it comes to nutrition. In fact, according to a study published last year in Health Affairs, the opening of a supermarket in another Philadelphia food desert did not lead to changes in fruit and vegetable intake or lower body mass index.
Of course.
But it wasn't his store.
Yeah, because you can't make them eat what they need to eat.
The customers in this
Negroes are still going to drink soda and eat honey buns. You crazy? They're going to eat a honey bun and drink a soda right behind it.
Right. And I bet you that fried chicken in the deli stays sold out.
Oh, you know it. You know it.
Nick, you're muted.
You're muted, Nick.
I'm sorry. It's baked. I turned because I got
okay.
that is baked chicken. It's baked chicken.
Oh, it's not fried. Okay.
Yeah.
Area had no way to buy any produce at all before. And now we sell the same amount of produce we'd sell in a suburban store. So I would have to believe their diet has changed because they're not rich people. And if they allocated their resources more towards fresh fruits and vegetables, I would think their diet changed.
And in America's food desert, says Brown, there are a lot of not rich people going unserved.
There go
I think
bodega
we're
right
short
there
about
for you,
1,000
Nick.
supermarkets.
That's a bodega.
There's 25 million people that live without a grocery store today. They don't have a practical means to get to one.
Of course, Brown isn't the only retailer to see opportunity in the desert. Whole Foods is expanding into inner city Detroit and Chicago, while Wegmans plans to open next to a Brooklyn housing project.
Stop in and try some today.
Problem is, the profitable food desert supermarket
Wegmans next to a Brooklyn housing project. Okay.
can turn out to be a mirage. Baltimore's apples and oranges fresh market went bust in just 2 years.
A lot of times it's inexperienced entrepreneurs. So they're not accustomed to running a food business at all. They're just trying to do something good. And the other thing is you can't tell people
Look at
what
that stuff. Look at that. Look at that.
Cannon. Hey, Cannon, this is supposed, they said this is Philly. This is Philly right here, Cannon.
Hey, look at that. Pause that. Look at that. You know, we offer fresh this, fresh that. Look at it. Sugar.
7-Up, Sun Kiss,
potato.
Juicy Juice.
Yeah.
Well, they got the cabbage.
Hey, Nick, but you know when they make that cabbage is going to have no nutritional value by the time we finish with it. You know it.
I ain't messing with you today.
Man.
And you can't open up a store and sell all healthy food.
I love sweet potatoes are healthy.
Got to get the pot. Yeah, until you dump a bunch of sugar in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Processed sugar.
It's like that, or very few people eat like that.
You have to have some sweet potato pie.
That's right. You're right.
So in the end,
because they love their
give
sweet
the
potato
community
pie.
what it needs, whether it be food or a job.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
I love you.
This is economics correspondent Paul Salmon reporting for the PBS NewsHour from a Philadelphia food desert, where a supermarket chain is making at least part of it bloom.
Hey, and I said, and for real, now the people that's working there that brought, all, because it take a lot of people to run a store, a lot of people, especially a store that size. I ain't mad at them because they got a job.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, you got a job, you can make money, pay your bills and whatnot. And being I got to come here to work, I get the pick. You know what I'm saying? I'm when I come home at night, even if I only buy a bag of this or a few of this or whatnot a day, when I leave there every day, bruh, I'm leaving with some oranges. I'm leaving with some apples. I'm leaving with a bag of rice. I'm leaving with, and now on the rice thing, rice, if there is a God, he has a sense of humor, because rice is a natural source of vitamin D, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's high starch. But
yep.
So you rinse the rice
Yep.
to get rid of the starch, which is good, but it takes the vitamin D with
the rice. Yep.
So for you to get the natural vitamin D, you gotta eat. You got to take the starch, but you need to eat something that inhibits starch. So you have to eat celery. I don't mind eating celery. I love celery.
Yeah.
I just sprinkle salt and pepper or mine. I ain't got to dip, nothing like that. Salt and pepper, and I'll eat it. So, but how many people know that they got to eat celery to counteract the starch just to keep the vitamin D? I did. If it wasn't, guess who I learned that from?
Who's that?
Form overweight, always early, never late. The form runner.
It's better to stick with brown rice.
It just takes so long to cook brown rice. God damn. Now I got a rice cooker now, so I can talk crap. I mean, it's little, but I got one. But prior to that, God damn, come on, man.
It does. You have to start early with the brown rice, yeah. But it's better to stick with the brown rice because you don't lose any nutritional value, and it's high in protein, and it's a fiber.
And I like the way it tastes. I do. I do.
Me too.
Me too.
And let me see. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm messing up. I'm messing up. Crap. I'm screwing. Okay, let me get this going here. Video file. Let me see. Man, I got a lot of videos. Uh-oh. Let me see. There it is. Yeah, there it is. Oops, wrong video.
Before I get into the meat of this video, there's a few things
Black Whack performing his song "Somebody Gotta Defend Him."
That will, of course, serve as the intro.
I'm sorry, y'all. Wrong video.
Yeah.
Oh man. Shout out to Mr. Carroll. Okay. Food. There it is. There it is. There it is. I got it. The title of this video is Why Grocery Stores Are Avoiding Black Neighborhoods. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't make the title. This is I have nothing to do with the creation of the title. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So don't get mad. Don't get mad at me, because it ain't me. Let me see. Present video file. Bam. And open.
In the midst of a worldwide pandemic and raging protests against police brutality.
Oh, this video came out during the face diaper part. And I actually we done the stream on this, bruh. But it went away when they pulled the plug on the old channel.
There's another silent crisis wreaking havoc on America's most vulnerable communities: food deserts.
I think it's to our detriment. Like, the food deserts are killing us.
If you go to the white people neighborhood, they got markets here, markets there.
Access to healthy food.
I got a question for you. Now, where you think homeboy got the Izod Lacoste t-shirts and the hat and the kicks and everything? Did he have to travel to get that, or is that right around the corner?
It fell out the sky right into his lap.
So they got an Izod Lacoste store in the hood?
No, sorry, it fell out the sky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You sure?
Positive.
Okay. All right. We rolling.
Is a racial and health equity issue.
The USDA defines a food desert as an area where at least a third of the population lives greater than 1 mile away from a supermarket for urban areas or greater than 10 miles for rural areas. It is typically located in an area with higher levels of poverty, where residents have limited access to healthy and affordable food. And many of these families also do not own a vehicle. So getting to a well-stocked, full-service grocery store on a regular basis can be very difficult. By these metrics, about 19 million people in America live in a food desert. And Johns Hopkins research shows that food deserts disproportionately affect people of color. Food deserts can be detrimental to its residents' health. I grew up living in a food desert myself in Baltimore. There were absolutely no grocery stores.
Let me ask y'all a quick question. Now I'm gonna let Wig Isha keep on rolling with our bullcorn. Now, off the top of your head, the USDA's definition of the food deserts, the urban versus the rural, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think rural white America outnumber urban black America, or vice versa? Because 60% of America is white, right? 14%, 13.7. Let's make it 14. of America is American blacks.
Okay.
So do you think there's more rural white people outnumber urban black people? Where's the videos? Where's the videos of from PBS and all these places, CNBC, going to the rural white people that, because it said more than 10 miles, right? From a major supermarket, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So who's the one, who do you think lived more than 10 miles in rural areas from a large supermarket? Black people or white people?
The white man.
Where's the video like this for white people?
Pharmacies or retail stores within miles of the area I lived in. We either ate processed.
Oh, that's right. They grow their own stuff, like Mr. White Man was in South Dallas with the place. Didn't see another black face around.
Yeah.
But he growing it for Negroes and Mexicans.
Processed food, or we bought.
And there is pork in here. It is pork. I read the label.
Yeah.
Junk food at the nearest corner store.
And it says spaghetti and meatballs. It doesn't say 100% pure beef. Oh, it's even chicken in it too.
Yeah, does anything on that label say halal?
No, ain't. I ain't see nothing on here with a H.
Okay.
Yeah.
Except for homogenized or some crazy word like that, right?
Man, this thing got some junk in here.
Hey, what's the sodium in one can?
Let me see. Sodium is 33%. 770 milligrams of sodium, 8% cholesterol, 13% total fat, 20% saturated fat, 7% dietary fiber, and 10% added sugars. And color, flavorings, guar gum. What the hell is that? Bleach flour, chicken, beef, pork, water, cracker meal. What the hell is cracker meal? Sodium phosphate. I know what that is. Wheat protein, glycerol monosterate, pork, chicken, mechanically separated chicken, beef, water, high fructose corn syrup, soybean oil, citric acid, modified cornstarch, salt, dehydrated onion powder, citric acid flavorings, enzyme modified cheese, cheddar cheese, pasteurized milk cultures, and what the hell is that? Xanthan gum.
I think that's a sweetener. I know gar gum is a binder.
Yeah.
You make that out of beans.
Wow.
They probably use that to hold the meatballs together.
Well,
You can buy that as a powder.
Okay, well, let's see what I raised in Baltimore, and I was raised on that, but I couldn't get the food, but I got a wig, right?
And well, with the combination of poor diet and other factors, the people in my household had chronic illnesses, and one even passed away prematurely because of it. The term food deserts became popularized in public policy around 2010.
Here we go.
When Michelle Obama introduced the Let's Move campaign with the goal of eliminating food deserts within 7 years.
How did that work out?
Let's plant one flower and get out of here.
Within 7 years. They've been out of the White House more than 7 years, right? Huh. I wonder how that worked out.
So
it didn't
why are
work
some
out.
of the
You see,
it didn't.
It would have worked
saying,
out.
It didn't work out because they were saying in the school they put all the fresh fruits in the school and everything. That the schools were complaining that they were wasting money because the kids still were not eating the food. They still were not eating the fruit and the vegetables.
Of course not. They don't eat it in their house. Why you think they're gonna eat it in school?
Right.
Boom.
So yeah, they were complaining about their bottom line.
Yeah.
Waiting 236, hold traffic, shots fired.
Shots fired, shots fired.
Biggest names in America's grocery store business refusing to set up shop in communities where there's not only a dire need, but a huge consumer base.
Look at all of them. Look at that. Go back, go back, go back. Jesus Christ. They have Negroes
When Michelle
lined
Obama
up.
introduced the Let's Move campaign with the goal of eliminating food deserts within 7 years. So why are some of the biggest names in America's grocery store business refusing to set up shop in communities
Is this where this it?
No, where they had the
Keep
line
going.
of Afro-American Negroes.
where there's not only
Okay.
a dire need, but a huge
Right there.
This one.
Look.
What am I supposed to do?
If black people are not the most downtrodden people, let the camera say it or show it on the place on planet Earth, man. Look how they got that nigga right there. Look at him, nigga. He looked like like thank you, massa. Thank you.
That is what he looks like. Yes.
He looked like he just came out of slavery today. Like he just walked through a portal and got right on that line.
huge consumer base.
We are a failed people.
It's hard to pinpoint exactly when and how food deserts developed, but most scholars agree that its origins can be
You know this gonna be slanted. Gonna be hella slanted. You know that, right?
traced back to the 1960s. Post-World War II, an increase in car production along with a housing shortage led to new developments in the suburbs. In 1956,
Oh, and for something that ain't got nothing to do with this, since I rarely have truth teller here, I gotta give him his homage.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. You wish you could work it the way I do, but you can't.
Continue.
I'm surrounded by
Congress
haters.
passed the National Interstate and Defense Highway Act, and the interstate system was expanded by 41,000 miles across the nation. During that time, the number of supermarkets more than doubled from 14,000 in 1950 to 33,000 in 1960. In his book, The Color of Law, author Richard Rothstein explains how discriminatory housing practices dating back to the 1930s paved the way for a phenomenon called white flight, where middle-class white families moved.
There was also a thing called black flight.
Full-service grocery store on a regular
crap.
basis can be very difficult. By these
I
nation of
screwed
poor
up.
diet-served communities.
There's an increase in poverty in urban areas in the 1980s, with many industrial jobs leaving urban areas for rural areas and also for overseas. So these demographic shifts led to urban areas with extreme geographically concentrated social disadvantage. And in those areas of extreme geographically concentrated social disadvantage, investments are very sparse for both the public sector and the private sector.
According to the United States Department of Agriculture, there were more than 6,500 food deserts in the U.S. between 2000 and 2006, and more than 60 of those were located in urban areas. Despite decades of awareness of the disparity in Americans' access to food, the problem still persists today, fomented by economic and residential segregation. So why have grocery stores, big and small, remained so resistant to invest in these underserved communities?
There's increased costs for opening up a business in areas without a lot of existing investments in those communities. It's harder to secure loans, and there's higher insurance rates. And moreover, even if you account for average income.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna put it in layman's terms. What he's saying is to put a business in the black community, you have to weigh the positive and the negative, and there's way more negative than positive. He said it. The insurance rate go up. Why? Because crime will go up. Negroes probably will burn it down for every little thing that goes wrong on the news. You're gonna take a great loss because they're gonna be stealing out of it left and right. And then once you put a supermarket full of fruits and vegetables in there, you're going to have to look at how much of that you're going to actually take as a loss, because a lot of that fruit and a lot of that vegetable will go bad and will be thrown away, if, or like Nick said, if not sold to local farmers to feed the other animals. Because I don't care if you sell a whole watermelon for 1 penny, Negroes will still hop the watermelon to go buy Edam's powdered donuts.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna F that watermelon up.
Negroes will go buy a box of ramen noodles before they go and buy a fresh corn on the cob.
It's
Negroes,
good for both men's parts and they said it's good for lady parts too.
Negroes,
the stuff, the vitamins that's in watermelon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Negroes is not going to go buy fresh granola and fresh raisins and fresh cranberries and put it in some yogurt. No, hell no. They're gonna go buy Lucky Charm cereal. You know, they're gonna go buy Frosted Flakes. They're gonna go buy Eggo's waffles in a box. I don't care what you put in the black community. You could put the greatest fruit and vegetable store on planet Earth in the middle of the black community. Until the Negro changes his mindset, what you put in the middle of the community will never make a difference. All you're going to do is bear witness to a failed business. Simple as that.
But what about the halal food?
That halal food is as halal as I am.
17 2013 الله اكبر الله اكبر الله اكبر.
There go your halal food right there.
الله اكبر.
Income of a neighborhood, it's harder to secure loans for businesses opening up in predominantly African American neighborhoods. And then trying to get big commercial developers to invest in underserved communities, that's even harder.
The barrier to entry for small businesses in predominantly Black neighborhoods is not always an easy fix. Experts tell Scene.
When he said underdeveloped communities, what he's saying, he's using the politically correct saying for that. Underdeveloped communities is nothing but a neighborhood full of Negroes. That's all it is. That's all it is. You will never see them call a small hat community underdeveloped. You will never see an all-white community, and there's no such thing as a black community because black people don't own or operate the entire of anything. And any black person who get a couple dollars, their first thing they do is go run to a non-black area and live amongst non-black people. But anyway, anytime you hear somebody say underdeveloped, they talking about a community full of ham bones and skillets and pookies and ray rays.
We see that economic development policies tend to not focus on areas with the highest need, but rather areas with the highest potential for growth. The American grocery industry is a roughly $700 billion business, with more than 41,000 supermarkets and grocery stores in the U.S. as of 2020. Walmart is a food retail giant.
Hold on a second. And here go another problem. They think letting these people just put businesses in these quote unquote black communities is gonna make a difference. How many times you walked in the store owned by Indians and them Indians look at you like, what the hell are you doing in here? How many times?
What do you want, my friend?
Yeah.
Well, if I was your friend, why would you be asking me what I want?
Yeah, I'm in the supermarket.
My friend, can I help you?
The non-black business owners don't want your black your black behind in there. They want your black dollar. They don't want you to give it to them. That's the truth. So you think you could go to Punjab's daily market and get him to open up one in the middle of the black community? Are you crazy? He don't want you in his cab, more or less his supermarket.
Well, because then if he opened that in the hood, then he's giving the Negro access to his spot. Truth, you ain't. Me and Kerry done a stream on the spice trade and the mark. Look, even though you can, even if we had somebody front and go over there to Pakistan and India and buy the stuff for them. But Kerry, you got to admit that them bazaars that we is looking at in the video. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. We would make a killing, but we wouldn't last long because they ain't letting nobody else in on their business.
No.
The spice,
Too much money in spices.
The spice melange.
Yeah.
I say you go. The spice must flow, and it'll flow without you, Negro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. East India Trading Company.
The company has more than 4,500 stores in the U.S., and more than half of its sales come from groceries, $190 billion in 2019 alone.
First Lady Michelle Obama is helping millions of Americans lead healthier lives, and Walmart is proud to partner with her in this effort.
In 2011, the company announced it would open between 275 and 300 new stores in urban and rural food deserts, serving 800,000 people by the end of 2016. Walmart actually exceeded that quota, opening a total of 442 stores in a 5-year time period. However, during that same time frame, Walmart also closed some of its U.S. locations in low-income neighborhoods. In 2016, Walmart announced its plan to close 154 U.S. locations, and according to a report from the Washington Post, these closures disproportionately affected lower-income areas. Out of the 100...
No. See, they skipping over something.
54 U.S. locations, and according to a report...
Poor rural areas will be most affected by Walmart closing 154 stores. Is Philly considered rural? Is Trenton, New Jersey considered rural?
Considered poor.
Chicago?
Okay.
San Antonio? Houston? New Orleans? St. Louis? Kansas City? LA? San Diego? Phoenix? No? Huh. I wonder who. So these rural, you see what I'm getting at? Rural.
Yeah.
But who all you see in the videos?
From the Washington Post, these closures disproportionately...
They know Negroes don't read. They're gonna miss the rural part.
...affected lower income areas. Out of the 154 closures, 121 of the stores were in neighborhoods where the median household income fell below the national average of $54,000. Walmart declined to comment on the article.
They took away Walmart and there was no...
Bless mom. Yeah, she blessed.
No, where's that house at? What ghetto is that house in?
Now, see, there you go. Why you picking on Brittany? Why you picking on Brittany, man? Let Brittany do her thing.
They got vinyl siding on the projects now.
Look, man,
with green gutters.
See, there you go. Brittany trying to tell you what's going on.
Brittany talk with her hands, so ain't that she could talk.
You know, like if you're going to take away something, why not replace with something else? Like if the city knew that they were going to take away Walmart, why not bring a farmer's market to the neighborhood and have the farmer's market there, you know, every day of the summer for 2 hours?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
What?
That's not the city's job.
Market. They have a market in Baltimore.
They sure do.
I've been there. They've got a market.
Damn, nigga,
where you can get fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. That market stays open 7 days a week. They have other things in the market also.
Exactly.
But you still can get fresh produce at the market in Baltimore.
See, that's what I'm saying. Negroes just complaining. Well, they're going to take, if they just going to take Walmart. No, they ain't take it. They closed it down because I'm pretty sure, Negroes was looting and polluting. But anyway.
Walking out the front door with
an
flat
80-inch
screen TVs.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
After they done rung up a pair of baby socks.
Yeah, they ain't stealing fruits and vegetables.
Hell
now,
no.
it'd be like them two chicks where they had at the HEB up in Temple, Texas, where they loaded up the 3 carts full of ribs and brisket and steak, and they were stealing all that. Wasn't no fruits and vegetables in there.
No. So then if they gonna just take it, they should replace it. Stop using they. Who do you want to replace this? They should replace it with a farmer's market. No, you don't want no farmer's market. Your ass ain't going to no farmer's market. You know where you gonna go on Saturday morning? Right from your bedroom to your couch. You ain't going nowhere.
Shots fired.
Be more consistent with options that are here. Something could have been done on the part of the city, as well as on the part of the big corporations that are coming in and
See, that's the Democrat mindset. I want somebody else to do something for me.
Yeah.
I just want to sit back and you place it in my hand.
taking away our food options.
Kroger,
Does it look like she?
America's
Right.
largest
I can see her
supermarket
ribs.
chain,
Lord knows I
has
can see her
also
ribs since the
drawn
Walmart
ire
closed.
of some customers. In 2019, the company had sales of $122 billion, but critics allege.
But that $122 billion wasn't in groceries. Walmart sells clothes,
tires,
appliances, exactly, automotive,
right?
The
cleaning supplies, mops.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they sell
flat
clothes.
screen TVs, DVDs. You can still buy DVDs at Walmart.
Yeah. Hell, you could buy a record player at Walmart.
Yeah.
People need to cut
Those
it out, man.
No,
Where
they
the hell
ain't
is this
gonna.
where's this narrator? Who is she? Where's she from?
She from Baltimore. That's
Okay.
what she said.
Yes, me too.
But that's what she said. I don't know. And I've seen her in a couple of these CNBC hit puff pieces.
Yeah, I bet the next one she said, me growing up in Compton.
She did. She said it. She said that where she grew up in Baltimore, there was no pharmacies and no grocery stores at all.
Look at her
That's
skin.
what she said.
Look at her teeth. I mean, cut it out.
Right.
I'm just saying. I mean, I ain't got a dog in the fight. That's what she said.
Of servicing communities in need. One flashpoint came in 2017 when Kroger decided to close 41 of its 2,800 stores. The Reverend Jesse Jackson called for a national boycott of Kroger locations, claiming that these shutdowns target.
Jesse Jackson to expand the Kroger boycott over its shuttering of stores and minority Negro. How come we ain't got Jackson's grocery store with all the millions of dollars you done pilfered through Operation Push and the Rainbow Coalition?
You know why? You know why we ain't got no Jackson's grocery store?
Why that is, bro?
Because that Negro's still trying to figure out how to keep that secret baby a secret.
Oh, you mean the one that they admitted using a Rainbow Coalition money to take care of and keep on the low?
Yeah,
that baby.
Oh, of course, that baby. You know why else? You know why else you don't have a Jackson grocery store? Because just like his protests and his boycotts, he ain't there long enough to start a business. He just go shoot pictures and get the hell out of there and get Negroes riled up. And then this is why Kroger is closing down stores, because he takes his shyster charlatan self out there to those places, get those Negroes riled up, and then tell them we out here protesting. Then he get in his limo and leave them niggas to tear apart the Kroger.
I wish somebody had video of whoever his den mother, the maid, because his wife ain't doing no grocery shopping. He got somebody else doing that.
And I'm pretty sure they ain't going to no black community.
And I'd love to have somebody shoot a video of them leaving a Kroger's and taking it and driving over there to his mansion. Shit, I'd love it.
I bet a nigga like that, man. I bet all he'd eat is what's that high end supermarket again, Kerry?
Whole
Which
Food.
one?
Whole Foods.
Whole Foods, yes.
Yeah.
Or Sprouts. Mm-hmm.
And every damn thing is a tax write-off.
This nigga here.
Statement given to USA Today at the time, Kroger said, quote, "Because we operate a penny profit business, we must sometimes make tough decisions in order to keep our prices low for all customers." In one of its Cincinnati locations, for example, the company claimed that out of the store's 34 years of operation, more than 20 of those were unprofitable. It added that the stores were projected to lose another $900,000 if it stayed open that year. Building grocery stores in low-income neighborhoods come with other complications too.
One of the challenges as public policy changes on both sides of the aisles, like
that's the dude from the Philly video.
Yeah.
That's all right.
If you notice, every time they talk about closing stores down, they show dirty black communities. I never see them go to no white community talking about closing the store down.
Man, ain't no grocery stores in West Virginia. You know, they got to get theirs out of the dirt.
Listen.
Kentucky too. Ain't no grocery stores in Kentucky. Ain't no grocery stores in West Virginia. Ain't no grocery. Y'all believe me, right? Ain't no grocery stores in South Carolina. Ain't no grocery stores in Montana, Utah. I don't think y'all believe me. And North and South Dakota. You think they got grocery stores in South Dakota? They got to go out there and get it by hand.
Yeah.
Y'all believe me, right?
Negroes still they still hunt their meat with bow and arrows in 2023, huh?
Conservatives want to cut back on SNAP. It's a killer to food desert supermarkets. On the other hand, you see some more liberal cities doing things like beverage taxes or other use taxes, which really are a tax on the poor. Now, as far as opportunity, there could...
Hold on.
Stop buying High C.
Exactly.
Stop buying Hawaiian Punch.
Do you have to buy Hawaiian Punch? You have to buy that.
Is there beverage tax on packs of Kool-Aid? Make it yourself. It's the same thing. You just got to stir it.
Yeah. Even with sugar. And if you go to a restaurant and you get like, any kind of pop or something, there's a extra tax on that also. They were going out to Indiana to get their pop and any kind of sugary drink in Illinois. I think it's just Cook County. I think Club Fortune. Correct me if I'm wrong about the sugar tax in Chicago, because I know that's what my family were doing. They were driving out to Indiana.
Yeah, I remember
driving all the way to Indiana to avoid the sugar tax.
I remember when I was younger, we used to get a pot, put some water on the stove, throw some tea bags in it, brew it, let it cool down, put some sugar in that sucker, and we have us some fresh brewed tea.
I keep a pitcher of tea in the fridge.
Yeah, I put mine out in the sun. Sun tea, let the sun brew it.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Could be as many as 1,000 supermarkets the country could accommodate. And that could be a multi-billion-dollar business to open those supermarkets. But honestly, if you look at the history of it, as public policy ignores this problem, it damages this effort on both sides of the aisle.
And even in the best conditions, grocery stores are generally considered to be cash and debt intensive and only marginally profitable by about 1% to 2%.
On average, what we discovered, if a supermarket normally makes 1% of sales as a bottom line profit, we're finding that the food desert stores lose 4%. And so there's a 5% gap, and that's the challenge. And we use public-private financing to mitigate about half that gap.
While grocery stores largely remain elusive in many of America's food deserts, dollar stores have proliferated. Dollar stores tend to target underserved urban communities that lack full-service grocery stores, and their footprint is on the rise in the U.S. Dollar Tree and Dollar General have expanded 50% since 2011, and the two chains have indicated that they have plans for an additional 20,000 outlets. But the problem with dollar stores is that they rarely ever offer fresh produce. Instead, think processed goods that have long shelf life. like cookies and canned meats.
There are really no viable food options.
Okay. She talking about valuable food options. Does she look like she eat fruits and vegetables and salmon? Yeah, I ain't trying to be a dick, but nothing about her says cucumber salad.
In
Nothing.
her house tonight for dinner. In her house, I'm sorry, this weekend.
Something fried. It's gonna be something fried.
No, she's gonna have a newspaper scattered across the table and have crab seafood broil all over the damn place, full of sodium and butter and garlic and other kind of stuff, which is good. You know, I'm saying I'm not like I don't like crab. I mean, I like crabs. I'm too lazy to eat.
I don't eat crab meat.
I'm too lazy. I eat crab meat. I'm just too lazy to crack a crab. I just like to pick the food up and eat it. I'm too damn lazy for that. But I know damn well she ain't sitting there talking about, healthy choice. Look
Why
at
ain't bless husband? Okay, bless mom. How about having you? How about having the father? Where the father of your son that's supposed to be making sure that you got the money to buy the groceries that's good enough for his family and his children.
Nick, you a coon.
Wow, damn.
And it's crazy
Remember,
to me
Nick,
because
they can't
people that
choose
live
their baby
literally
daddies.
3 to 5.
She was raped.
Remember, they say they can't choose their baby daddy.
Yeah.
Onward.
Who said that?
5 miles away have 2 grocery stores, and that just so happens to be in a white neighborhood.
Ooh.
Why is it that they have options and I don't? And just because I don't have the money that they have doesn't mean that I shouldn't have the access to food that they have.
You have the option. Go to that supermarket.
No, they ain't gonna let her in.
Also, when she go, they just shoot at her and run out with
They
dogs.
they got a dude at the door. They got a dude dressed up like the beef eater, like you're going in the Buckingham Palace.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the big giant red coat with the tall black hat.
Yeah.
Halt, thou knave.
Okay.
You shall not enter. Yeah. Yeah. She could do some walking. I'm sorry. Nothing about I'm sorry. I know I could nothing sound like she chops up a cucumber, dices up a tomato, slices up some onion, pour some vinegar and some olive oil on it, salt, pepper, and garlic, and smush that up and serve that up with a broiled piece of chicken off the broiler, not fried. Nothing about her. I bet you couldn't get that in our house.
She boils eggs. Put a tablespoon of mayonnaise on top, spray salt and pepper on that, eat a half a dozen. You can tell.
So this is a convenience store that is pretty close to my mom's house. And it's one of the only options that we have for food and groceries. They don't have any fresh food. They have a lot of canned and processed stuff. It's not the best, but it's kind of like all we have in this community.
When it comes to having healthy food options, low-income communities of color have suffered for decades as fresh and affordable food options fled their neighborhoods. In areas where grocery stores are scarce, fast food.
Oh, hot and cold. Hey, can we get a chopped cheese? Can we get a chopped cheese in there?
Here we go.
When it comes to having healthy food options, low-income communities of color have suffered for decades as fresh and affordable food options fled their neighborhoods. In areas where
I want that chopped cheese.
Fast food.
Stop right there. If you gotta buy your food from a place where a Negro is giving his money to somebody behind a bulletproof glass, you know good and well you ain't getting nothing fresh in there. The freshest thing in there is the damn cigarettes and sunflower seeds.
Hey man, that's the way the stores is in Detroit. Everything is from behind. Yeah. That's my hood. It's been like that as long as I can remember.
Bro, that's New York City. Ain't no way in the hell I'm going into a bodega asking them, hey, where's your bananas at? What? The niggas would say, oh, you the police?
You ain't falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
Like the dollar store, corner stores typically stock highly processed foods and rarely ever offer fresh produce. Research has linked a poor diet
They
to
had
a
the
range of—
wait a minute. They got the sandwich menu on the side of the building.
Ain't that the same Negro who was limping in the supermarket in the other scene when they was on that line?
Look like him.
Lord have mercy.
I'm telling you, man, they propping us, dog. They propping us.
carry out in
Yo,
corner
I want to
stores
see this
may be
menu.
the only food access option. Like the dollar
All right, come
store,
on.
corner stores typically stock highly processed foods.
They
Yeah.
got the menu.
Yeah, that's the menu.
That's what they got inside of the
Wow.
bodegas too. That's exactly what they got inside of the bodega, bro. Hot and cold.
Breakfast, sandwiches, and platters.
Yeah.
Pancakes. Wow. Waffles, biscuits, a sausage biscuit. I make a pretty mean sausage biscuit at home though. But what? So so don't even walk in there act like what you got. Did you read the sign?
You better not go into what you got.
Oh, Habibi ain't having it, huh?
You talking about we said Aloha snack bar?
Aloha snack bar.
Yo, Kev, go crazy.
Look, man.
Hold on.
2013 Allahu Akbar.
Yeah.
Hey Nick, but what you see on that door? What do that sign say on that door?
Backwoods.
There you go.
What does that mean?
That's the little cigars that they'll take and dump the guts out and pack it full of weed and roll it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they do that with Swishers down here in Tech. That's a Swisher sweet thing.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that all the time. They even say it in rap records, down here, the Texas rappers and whatnot, UGK and all them.
And rarely ever offer fresh produce. Research has linked a poor diet to a range of health issues, like
they couldn't comb that Negro hair, cut his hair.
See,
look how he looking at that woman. Go back a couple seconds. Look how he looking at that woman. He like he about to jump her.
Ever offer fresh produce.
Look at him.
Research.
Look at him. Bitch, take that goddamn gun.
See. Look
how he look. Look how he look at her. Look how he looking.
It's
Man.
yeah, that's the thing.
Y'all.
Tonight's the night for love, gravy, baby.
He got to keep his game face on. Somebody, what if an orderly walk in there beating his chest with a neck tattoo?
Bro,
he got to have his game face on.
That's not game face. You know what that is?
What's that?
That's I'm about to take what I want face.
See, here we go. I'm trying to keep my video up. Here we go.
Look how he locked in on her. Look at that. And he's so deranged in the head. He don't understand, bro. Y'all both chasing the same thing. And amazing how they got a black woman, mongrel, but they got a black woman with dreadlocks on in a quote unquote black community. And good and well, you ain't listen, stop it.
This is staged. It's staged.
But they could have paid me and I could have went in and looked better than this man. Look at him. He looked like he about to just it's about look, this whole thing gonna turn to a crime scene in any moment.
Carrie, can I play the video? Can I?
Please
before we get in trouble?
Yes.
Has linked a poor diet to a range of health issues.
Wow.
Like high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. An analysis from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention indicate that these conditions disproportionately affect African Americans.
So we care about food insecurity from a public health perspective for a lot of different reasons. One is that, as we've talked about, it's very common. So right now it's affecting about a quarter of all Americans, with higher rates among Black, Hispanic, and low-income populations, and it's expensive. So we're spending about $78 billion to address food insecurity through annual healthcare costs.
I know
and
Black
it's also
people.
The case
I
that
went to
if you're
school
food
to study them. That's what she's saying. I know Black people. I went to school to study them.
Oh yeah, she Negro-splaining.
Then you often forego basic needs because you want to purchase food. So people forego things like medications or medical visits, which are obviously very important to health.
Communities that have poor access to food also tend to suffer from higher mortality rates. One study of Chicago neighborhoods, for example, found that the death rate from diabetes was twice as high for people who lived in food deserts than those who had adequate access to grocery stores. COVID-19 has exacerbated these health disparities. Conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and hypertension are among the leading underlying health risks that can turn COVID-19 into a death sentence. Food deserts became a hot topic in American public policy in 2010 when First Lady Michelle Obama launched the Let's Move campaign in order to tackle childhood obesity by providing healthier food in schools, ensuring families have access to nutritious, affordable food, and by helping children become more physically active. That same year, the Obama administration unveiled a new part of Let's Move, the Healthy Food Financing Initiative, a multi-million-dollar public and private investment designed to eliminate food deserts in America within 7 years.
Didn't work.
With a modest initial...
All right, shut up.
Say the program fell short. A report from the Associated Press in 2015 showed that even by their own count, the participating grocers had fallen far short of the goal to open.
As part of the Michelle Obama Healthy Eating Initiative, a group of major food retailers promised in 2011 to open and expand 1,500 grocery or convenience stores in and around neighborhoods with no supermarkets by 2016. By their own count, they're far short.
Or expand 1,500 stores in food deserts. The Partnership for a Healthier America is a nonprofit.
They carry dude right there. There he is. That man.
1,500 stores.
Let me see if I catch him.
There
he is. Now, Dirty Bill Clinton fronted me some weight, told me keep 2, bring him back 8, and I only brought him 5 and stuck his ass for 3. Do you think that Clampett sick his goons on me? I think the answer is yes, because Bill Clinton won his money. Martell Holmes is my claim to fame, where I learned my slickest tricks in the dope game. Like my favorite, I call it Lemon Head Delight, where you lick off all the yellow and you sell the white.
Healthier America is a nonprofit that was created
Dirty
in
Bill.
tandem with the Let's Move campaign.
God, Michelle big as a man. You see how big? She bigger than the man. She bigger than the man.
1,500 stores and food deserts. The Partnership for a Healthier.
Look, but don't let Dirty Bill hear you say that. Bill Clinton up there, he representing. Stop.
Bill Clinton will have sex with a caterpillar if the mood is right.
She bigger than the men.
She is. She's only wearing kitten heels too. There's not even stilettos.
In tandem with the Let's Move campaign to help broker commitments from partner institutions. According to its 2019 progress report, 848 stores were built or renovated in food deserts by 2016. Which was roughly half of that goal to open or expand 1,500 new locations. We reached out to Walmart, Walgreens, Kroger, and SuperValue. Walmart declined to participate, and Kroger hasn't gotten back to us. UNFI, which acquired SuperValue in 2018.
I wouldn't get back to you either. You trying to drag me in front of the camera to berate me and shit over people, and stuff. Over people not buying fruits and vegetables, even though I got them on the shelf.
Did not respond to requests for an interview. Walgreens committed to convert
I'm gonna mute it for a second. Keep on
1,000
going.
stores into food oasis stores. We reached out to the company to ask how many they had converted, and they weren't able to confirm the number of stores. They did say, we expanded our offering of fresh foods, including fruits and vegetables, at hundreds of Walgreens stores located in and around food deserts. The Obama administration also faced scrutiny in 2014 for slashing funding from the SNAP program, commonly known as food stamps. In 2019, the Trump administration also proposed cuts to food stamps. But after heavy criticism and a legal challenge, the White House decided to pump the brakes on this effort. Ironically, decades of research has shown that the SNAP program is one of the most effective tools the government has against food insecurity. A recent analysis from Yale suggests that allowing...
Carrie, I
Mm-hmm.
think I see something on this shelf. Let me see if I can get it.
Decades of research has shown that the SNAP program is one of the most effective tools.
Me and you, we think alike on in a lot of ways.
Uh-huh.
Know what I see on this shelf? Soup. I see 3 different soups and a
Mm-hmm.
salad that I can carry for a week.
Mm-hmm.
I know you see it too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's
Staples.
more wholesome than this soup that makes its own broth, and all you need is a quarter of a chicken to make a giant pot of soup? Or what, a half of a but what's that, the pork, I mean the beef, the that you
Mm-hmm.
can put in, yeah, and you
Mm-hmm.
can make, yeah, what do you say,
Stir fry.
yeah, me and her, man, if you only, boy, look here, she be on my neck. So yeah, I didn't capitulate it. You see stir fry, yeah, pot
Yes,
roast, there you go,
absolutely.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, look here. I throw that damn roast in there. I got peppers. I got carrots. I got parsnips. I got broccoli. I wouldn't put broccoli in the crock pot, but I
No, I
got
have
there
that
the
on the side.
celery. I gotta have the
Mm-hmm.
celery. I bet you with some potatoes down there somewhere. I bet you.
Yeah, and onions and garlic.
Yeah, they're the onions right there. It's under the little blue thing here. If I get pot roast out of the way, nope, you
Mm-hmm.
could. Yeah,
Oh, the
you can see
green
the
beans, string beans over there, all the way to the far left.
cucumbers. Man,
Yeah.
look here. What are you talking about? What are we talking about?
Yeah. They
The
don't
government
know how to cook. They don't take any pride in being able to cook.
has against food insecurity. A recent analysis from Yale suggests that allowing more SNAP recipients to turn to online grocery delivery could mean healthier options for households and food deserts. Nevertheless, the Let's Move campaign was a jumping point for the food access debate in America, and since then, policies have been enacted at the federal, state, and local level to improve poor food environments. Many states have made strides in improving food access in their own communities. For example, the Pennsylvania Fresh Food Initiative has provided $147 million in public funds and private investment to combat limited store access in underserved urban and rural communities across the state. The initiative created over 88 supermarkets and other fresh food retail across Pennsylvania. Other states have launched financing initiatives with the help of federal funding, including New York, Maryland, California, and Michigan, to name a few. Between 2011 and 2015, the Healthy Food Financing Initiative leveraged over $1 billion in grants, loans, federal tax incentives, and investments from financial, healthcare, and philanthropic institutions to finance more than 200 fresh food projects. Although federally funded initiatives have shown some progress over the years, some individuals are taking matters into their own hands. After experiencing food insecurity herself, Mary Blackford decided to build a food hall aimed at tackling food deserts in DC's most underserved communities.
In Ward 7, there is not a lot of places to get the sort of foods that I need to.
I thought DC had a couple of the richest black neighborhoods in America. I thought.
By what
That's
standard?
what I thought.
By what standard? By what standard?
I don't know. Ain't it some hoity-toity high-end DC neighborhood?
In Prince George's County.
And they don't take their black ass,
Uppity
they black
blacks.
butts out. They don't go down to the they shop in Whole Foods, sir. They don't shop at ShopRite.
Okay.
Nourish myself. So I found myself going across the city or into H Street corridor to get these groceries, but that was costing me $8 to $10 a Lyft ride or Uber ride one way. And I said, hey, is everybody dealing with this same issue, and I found that they were. And so I wanted to advocate more and more for how can we get another grocery store or some small market or something.
But even with the rise of homegrown efforts such as
Why's her
this,
face lighter than her neck?
nonprofit organizations.
See, there you go. There you go. Man, we talking about vegetables, man. DC Mini Mart.
Say they still need more resources.
Charity and
What you
food
call it,
banks
Nick?
have a role, but we
I know it's saying, but say it again.
DC Mini Mart. I just read what it said.
I know. Tremendous scale, and the federal food programs are the tool that we have to address this program at scale.
Some experts say that even if you open a grocery store in a community that technically qualifies as a food desert, the eating habits of its residents will not necessarily change.
Exactly.
If you go back over the last decade or two, it's often presumed that food deserts exist because of, I'm an economist, so I'm going to use economics to frame how I think about it. They usually think that it's a supply side issue. Where's the grocery store? Why isn't a grocery store located in this particular neighborhood?
Y'all know why. Stop
Exactly. Stop. Right.
The kids fighting food insecurity in the U.S.
How you got blonde nappy
that
hair?
chick is crazy. You ought to see this chick on the house floor.
Yo, Nick, go back to her, please. Go back to her, please.
I did. I reeled it back a little. I'm trying.
Okay.
That chick is crazy.
How you got blonde nappy hair and you got bald spots in your head?
I can't remember her name. I watched this thing where she was going bonzo over the rainbow stuff, over the it was something that she was going to the mat for something that don't have nothing to do with helping Black people at all. Oh, and like last time when me and Carrie's on, what do you mean at all? No, at all. E-T period A-L period, not A-T A-L-L.
Well, let me ask this question. Is that a man or a woman?
That's a chick. She's a natural born chick.
She looks disgusting.
She is far left bomb throwing politics. Oh man, look here. Rashida Strober ain't got it on this bird right here.
You see that one sitting next to her?
Yeah.
The day a white man walk into her life, she's changing everything. All ideologies will go out the window. You can look at her and tell. She waiting for her.
She ready to go?
She waiting for her white man.
Advocates fighting food
She's nodding her head, yeah.
Yeah, she wait.
U.S. say that
well, at least she talking in the
equitable
never mind.
access to healthy food
I'm
options is non-negotiable.
To think for half a second that people are willfully deciding not to eat or not to eat healthy.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Are you serious?
Yeah. Look, man, I'm trying to get I'm trying to get.
Can no longer.
We shall not be moved. No stadium.
What the hell?
I don't know. We gonna find out.
Because they tend to lead to the gentrification of that area, a phenomenon where low-income residents are displaced when the monetary value of the community rises and residents can no longer afford to own or rent property.
See,
in
stop it.
2014, Trader Joe's
I believe
decided
that was
to pull
for
out
the
development
Redskins.
plans in a majority Black neighborhood in Northeast Portland after residents vehemently protested its opening. The Portland African American Leadership Forum wrote a letter arguing that a Trader Joe's would attract a non-oppressed population and further displace low-income.
A non-oppressed
population. Are you kidding me?
Hold on. Trader Joe's isn't even that expensive.
See, there you go. Tap dancing for the man.
You can get fruits, fresh fruits, vegetables, organic, and it's not that expensive. It's not like going to Whole Paycheck Foods. Trader Joe's, no, and you can get quality items there.
Yeah, Lou, help me, bruh. Help me, bruh. That's my dude right there, Lou. You gotta help me, man.
So what that's saying is we want our quote unquote oppressed people to stay where they are.
Yes.
How is that progression?
See, Bray J, there you go, using logic and being reasonable. You gotta look, when you dealing with liberal Negroes, you got to take logic and reasoning and throw it out and replace it with emotion, ballyhoo, balderdash, and bull stuff.
The first thing they do is they cry about, we don't have jobs, we don't have this, we don't have that. If a Trader Joe's come, they're likely to hire a couple of you ashy elbow Negroes.
Wait a minute, ashy elbow. Oh, you work as a security
Yes, they
guard for
will too.
Aldi's.
So
Ashy elbow.
how could you
They
have a
will too,
problem
yeah.
with a business coming into your neighborhood? To hell with who they attract. You need the business there, because with the business becomes a job opportunity opens up. Then people come back to your community, quote unquote, and they put money in your community, which helps build your community.
Mm-hmm.
And then also it will lower the crime rate. You know how? Because when you get non-blacks to come in, then who comes behind them? Law enforcement. So what's less likely to happen? Niggas, Negroes selling drugs on the corner, robbing, stealing, and killing. Yo, black, right here, proof. This is the proof right here. Whoever wrote this article, and I'm pretty sure, I hope it was not a black person. They are saying that the oppressed population, aka the Afro-American Negro, should all stay in the sector that they're in, and don't look for no hope, no change, and no progress. Don't kill the narrator. Go after the author. I did not say that. I'm only reading what's on this, what they got up there.
That's what it says.
And black residents. The median income of households in counties with a Trader Joe's is about $63,000 and $62,000 for counties with the Whole Foods. A 2016 study by real estate site Zillow found a strong correlation between a housing market and its local grocery store. Homes grow more rapidly in value when they are in close proximity to a Trader Joe's or Whole Foods. The study found that after a Trader Joe's opens in a neighborhood, homes within a mile of the store had appreciated 10 percentage points more than the average rate, and homes within a mile of either store were also worth twice as much as the median home value in the rest of the US. Trader Joe's and Whole Foods declined requests to comment on this video.
I wouldn't either. Who gonna volunteer to
hell with
come on
y'all.
to get drugged?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can see it now. Truth come in, Nick. Yeah, because he my boss, right? Hey, you need to go talk to this hair hat. She says she from Baltimore, and she gonna interview you. And you, as the regional manager of Trader Joe's, she gonna ask you some questions about how our operation and what? Why me? Because I said so. Shit, damn, man, I'm calling in sick. That interview ain't gonna happen.
Oh no.
No, I wouldn't sit down with them either. For what?
Yeah, to get the me drug. No matter what you say, they gonna twist it.
You're racist.
Yep.
First thing they say.
Okay.
Good morning. Good
Racist,
morning, Mr.
bigoted,
Taylor.
homophobe. Yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Taylor. Well, good morning. Well, let's get right to it. When did you start hating black people? What?
What? Yeah. What?
That's the first
Look,
thing I asked
man.
you. When you start hating black people.
Man, look, wait.
What?
It's a big topic in public policy and is still an issue in many underserved areas of the country. As demonstrations persist across the U.S. to protest police brutality, some grocers in inner cities have shut their doors to prevent stores from being looted or vandalized.
There go your reason right there. There go your reason right there.
The
There you go.
simultaneous coronavirus pandemic has only compounded the problem
Stop
of food insecurity, leaving food deserts even more depleted.
Look at all the vegetables still up there. Squash, peppers,
That's what
lettuce.
That's
Look at
what
all,
I'm-
man.
listen.
Look, that's the stuff I'm gonna be hitting. That's what I'm gonna be hitting.
And you know, even during the height of C-19, when people were hoarding paper products, you could still find an abundance of produce flour, sugar, chicken broth, beef and vegetable broth, butter, things that you use to cook and make other things with. All of that processed crap, that stuff
I make my
was
own
gone.
I make my own beef stock.
Uh,
I mean, beef and chicken stock. I do my own. It's
let me
easy.
see. Oh, yeast. Yeast
Yep.
also was there. Okay, what do
Yep.
I need to fight over? Because they were the stores around here were only letting you get like 2 loaves of bread per person. I don't need to buy
A loaf
bread
of
when
bread.
I can make it and it'll
Yep.
taste 1,000 times better.
Yep.
I don't eat a lot of bread anyway. But here the killer part. They didn't restrict, I mean, HEB didn't, how many cans of biscuits you can buy.
No.
Versus loaves of bread. Hey, I'll swap out a biscuit for a slice of bread what?
It's so much you could do with a biscuit.
Yeah. What?
For real.
Yep.
Look here. Hey, tell me I'm the only one that's made some biscuits. Get the pet sausage patties, make them and fry some egg, throws an egg and a sausage patty on a biscuit, smack some jelly on it, and walk out the front door, chewing on that joint, getting in the truck to go to work.
Yep.
What's that?
And
What's that?
biscuits are so easy to make too.
Yeah, man. Okay. Let's see what Sarah Black. What's she talking about?
Has made the issue of food deserts.
Oh, hey, wait a minute. No, we can't listen to her. She's from Harvard.
Well, you know what? No, we can't listen to her because we can't listen to what's his name? The retired neurosurgeon.
Oh, Ben Carson.
We can't listen to Ben Carson, so we can't listen to her.
A genius in his own right.
Yes.
Yeah. He's a coon. Remember, he's a coon, so she has to be a
He's
coon
a
too.
living genius. He's a living, walking genius.
Yeah. Yes. So if we can't listen to him because he's a coon, we sure can't listen to her.
Oh, all the chicken gone, but it's
People are going into stores and
What a
having trouble purchasing
stereotype.
items because the stores were simply
pasta
sold
and the
out.
chicken
and that's
gone.
just due to supply chain issues and trying to meet the growing demand of people trying to buy things in supermarkets.
Some activists are pushing to change the rhetoric. They're turning away from the term food deserts because it oversimplifies a complex system of racial and economic inequality. Systemic oppression can play a part in shaping behavior. In many cases, it's possible some racially ethnic people have developed certain taste preferences simply because they're used to eating in poor food environments. Education plays a role as well. The National Bureau of Economic Research found a strong correlation between a family's education level and food choices.
The jury is still out just because a lot of the studies just are too myopic in terms of do this, leave the food desert, and then immediately you're not healthy, then there's no effect. That's not how perceptions and behaviors work. It's not a just simple get out of there, then everything's okay type of.
Wait a second. Can't you DoorDash and Uber groceries to your house?
Yes, you can.
Well, in certain, you ain't got DoorDash and Uber out here, but I'm in the, I'm in the nether regions.
Where they are, they can do DoorDash and Uber. So what excuses do they have for not having fresh vegetables and fruits?
They don't want to spend the extra money.
Oh. So what basically all this is a whole bunch of Negroes with excuses and a whole bunch of Caucasians giving them the excuses.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Man, it's all, like I say, I'm at like 26, 27 miles just to get to the HEB. The HEB there. Heck, number one, don't nobody, ain't no Uber, none of that stuff out here anyway. We don't have public transportation. We don't have cabs. We ain't big enough.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if your bill would be, man, you probably wind up spending more for them to bring you the food than the food itself. But that's where I choose to live here.
Mm-hmm.
People, we made choices. Nobody forced me to live here.
Mm-hmm.
I knew there were certain things that I was going to have to do to sustain myself out here. And getting your ass moving is one of them.
Yep. I still think about that time you told me I think it was a black guy who you told him how much you'll pay him for some just to work there. And then you said that white boy came.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, Deborah, there ain't no Walmart out here. Ain't no where I'm at. That's why I was make the thing earlier about which one of y'all think, because what did it say? Rural areas, right? The closures. Now that's why I made the thing say, which do you think have more people? All the rural areas where they closing up the stuff, or the handful of the ones up in there? You don't hear there's no camera people chasing down white folks out here in DeWitt County about no, I ain't getting after you. I'm just saying it. We good, Debbie. There ain't no camera crews coming out here because they're gonna skip past my black ass. I mean, they ain't a whole but they're gonna go straight to the other ones, or it ain't gonna happen because y'all know what I'm gonna say. People that live outside of the major cities have a different mindset.
Oh yeah.
We have a totally different mindset. We're not stuck on the woe is me leftist liberal stuff. Oh no, I was just saying because I know it'll look like because we got eyes watching, and you know what I mean, and people on the outside looking in don't know how me and you always we go back and forth and whatnot, and it may look like that Nick's being a dick. So, I gotta, I know, but what I had to learn that when you start becoming a content creator, you got to say certain things that you normally wouldn't say in a closed environment, because you always got somebody that's on the outside looking in that's, ready to poke holes in your in our little conversation. But out here we have a different mindset. But truth, you're right. That did happen. I asked the dude. And you know what, man? Forget it. You know what I'm saying? Forget it. This video is almost over.
Kids and experts alike.
That's plenty right there. Look here, man. I'm good with that right there. I'm good. I'm solid.
Yeah.
Yep.
Say that healthy food is a racial and health equity issue. And simply placing grocery stores in these communities alone won't solve the country's food problems.
It's 13 seconds left, so we good. Look, but like Carrie said, you can bring all the stuff you want. You can't make them eat it. You can't make them eat it. Okay, what did it show? The store when they looted the place, all the chicken was gone, right? All the pasta was gone, right? All that produce was still sitting there.
Right there.
Man, look, I'll fry up some squash and some man, what? Man, I bet you all the collard greens was gone. No, I shouldn't have said that. I should be ashamed for saying that, but I'm not. All the and I don't eat. Look, I'll eat collard greens before I don't eat nothing, but they ain't on top on my list. I prefer mustards and turnip greens, and I mix them together because they got a different texture. They got a different texture to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, anything y'all want to add? That was it. And y'all, I hope that this was fruitful for you guys watching, and even the cloud watchers too, because I get to sit here at the mothership, and I get to see who pops in and who pops out, but I still see the same names commenting. So that's what you call them, Carrie, cloud watchers. That's the cloud watchers. But yeah. But
hey, well, let me say this real quick.
Go ahead. No, y'all two can have the floor before we close out.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, support the machine. That's all I can say. Support the machine. I put Nick and Carrie's Cash App in there. They bought you some good content tonight. Lucky. I'm honored to be able to sit here and give my 2 cents. I'm barely walking and chewing bubble gum at the same time, more or less.
There
have
you
a
go.
thought. So I'm honored to be sitting, man. Y'all support them. They take time out of their busy schedules. I know both of them outside of YouTube. They have busy schedules. Busy.
Guess who's gonna jump in the truck as soon as he in about 2 hours?
There you go. See, busy. And I'm telling y'all, y'all please, man, show these two some love. They really deserve it. Listen, when it comes to not being able to access healthy, listen, stop. That sounds good. Don't get me wrong. It sounds good. But we all know when, like I said, when it comes time to go to the all white party, they have everything. They'll make sure they can get to that all white party. When they have, a party at the club, they'll find a way to get to the club. Use them same energies and efforts to go get healthy food for you and your children, to go down to the school board district meetings, to go to the school, to find out what your kids are learning. Stop going to the schools only when your children are failing, if you find time to go. Go. You can make a difference in your life. You don't need a bus that specifically picks you up and takes you to the fruits and vegetables, which you're not gonna buy. Like I said, they can put 50,000 supermarkets in your communities, but until your mind state, your mind frame changes to want to eat fruits and vegetables, it doesn't matter what they put there. You are going to go find a way to go buy food that is unhealthy, drinks, ice creams, all kind of stuff. This is crazy. You know how many people, when I was growing up, I remember in every house I ever went to, they were black people. One thing I saw that I don't see too often, I don't see a deep freezer.
Mm-hmm.
I got one. It ain't nothing special, but I got one.
I remember back in the day, boy, people have deep
I
freezers.
have one too.
They have all their meat in it. The moment some meat went on sale, they go take half all their money, they go buy meat. Because if things go bad, you got meat, you got vegetables, you got a lot that you could you can survive off of. I remember the lady downstairs from me, she used to buy corn on the cob, ears of it, and put it in the freezer.
Yep. I still do that.
Yeah. Anytime she found a good sale, I remember she used to send me to the store. I would go buy her a whole bunch of ears of corn. She would clean them, crack them in half, put them in Ziploc bags, and put them in the freezer.
Yeah,
I have a deep freezer. Like I said, it ain't nothing. I bought it was used when I bought it used, to put the deer meat and hog meat in when we go hunting. People, are you for dude? When hogging, right? As we call it out here.
Mm-hmm.
How far did you have to go? You can walk from where okay, let's say 2 miles to get to the creek. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
3 bullets, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
AK bullet. This bullet here is about 80 cents. 3 of them. Yeah. 3 hogs, right? 80 cents times 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Field dress them, right? The Wyatrix meat market here. Don't notice the name Wyatrix. You can probably guess the denomination of the, just going out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give them, because when what you want, Mr. T? Backstrap, this, that, and other, pan sausage, da-da-da, this, that, and other, and this and that, right? And they writing it down. And he's chops, and this, that, this, Well, you still got a lot left over. Now that's for you. That's for you. How much I owe you? Know what they do? Because guess what? They sell it. They sell it. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna process it. and it's going to be in the window for somebody. So what should be costing me $60 is costing me $30. And people like, yeah, but you gave him a whole damn hog. Truth, how much should I pay for that hog?
There you go. The price of that bullet.
The fact that he got a bullet sitting right next to him.
You know, and that's very problematic. Thank you. Let me
Sir,
say something.
gunplay. Okay.
I don't feel safe around him.
Just pulled a bullet out of thin air.
Out of thin air. Where you get it from? Like, you just got it in your pocket? What the hell?
Yeah, actually, this one I keep it in my pocket.
Lord,
this is my. I do. I'm not kidding you. I keep it in my pocket. That's why it stays shiny, because the coins in your pocket polishes it. I mean, that's.
And this is why, good people, we call him Sir Gunplay.
I mean, look, man. This is Texas. We get down like here. We get down like that out here. And you can shoot. I can shoot hogs from the back porch. When it's raining, I can shoot them. I ain't even got to leave the porch. Because when the creek fill up, they getting out of there. And when it ain't rained in a while, they going towards the creek. When it rains a lot, they going away from the creek. So,
yo, I knew these two guys, right? In South Carolina, they used to go into like the rich white people area. One thing they always had a problem with was hogs, wild hogs. So they would go out there with the ATVs, and the area has a HOA. The HOA would pay them to go hunt hogs.
Yes.
And then they would take the hogs that they catch, and they're gonna take them down to people who sell, who make like pulled pork and pigskin and stuff like that.
Yes.
They make money hand over fist. I mean, they can't. The guy said he makes more money doing this than he do working. I said, so what's the asked him, what's the time frame for shooting the hogs? He was like, well, because they are considered a nuisance animal, I can kill them as much as I want all day long. And I'm talking about so what he do is he'll pull his ATVs on a trailer, 2 pickups, and then they go into Paulie's plantation with the ATVs, shoot the hogs, put them on the back of the trucks, and then go drive to the people who want the hogs. I'm talking about making money.
Yeah, they have and I've only seen white men do it with gators around Florida. They do the same thing with gators, because gators are a nuisance in Florida.
Yep. They getting it.
Anything else use guys?
Don't believe the hype, y'all. Just don't believe the hype.
Right. If you can cook, you're not going to starve.
Yeah, Negroes ain't out here starving. Their diet consists of what they choose to eat. You saw it. They tried to pull a finagle. Oh, well, look, during the COVID, the shelves were empty. You saw all that produce sitting there. They so stupid. They trying to trick you with the lie. They forgot to give you the complete lie.
Yeah, I guess they didn't figure out that they are supposed to edit that part out.
Yeah. Let's edit out. Oh, we don't got no bread, no water. Because if you can't buy water in the store, you're gonna die of thirst. That's for one, right? But we don't have no food.
Turn the spigot on. You got water.
You don't like the taste of water? Guess what you can go do? You can go buy you some juice in a bottle. Squirt a couple drops of juice in that water, and it tastes just like the real. It tastes like flavored water. You can go get you some fresh cherry juice and put it right in that water, shake it up, and now it tastes like you got some flavored water. But doing all of that, we ain't got no food. The shelves are empty, and we about to be, we about to live like the Ethiopians. What'd you say, Nick? Fresh squash.
Right.
Fresh. It wasn't even turned yet. It was fresh.
Yeah.
Sun
Fresh.
yellow. Golden sun yellow.
Fresh squash. It's yellow as all get out sitting here.
But you know what they'll say?
Green, leafy, freaking.
Hey, you know what they'll say, Nick? Oh, I don't eat no squash. When your stomach is touching your back, you'll eat anything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
But we're
know.
gonna let the lady of the house have the last word. Listen,
Yeah, I like
said,
doing these, but they hurt my head.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for having us. Like I said, man, always support the machine. You got a lot of people just feeding y'all nonsense. One thing I could say about my brother, he bring you a lot of good information. He, and it ain't just him just spewing his opinion. He's actually showing you real life, real content.
Yeah. That's why I like to bring the real stuff so people they talk about me, but I brought it. There it is.
Yeah. And so
I'm
when it's
just
all said
speaking
and
on
done,
it.
you might hate what he got to say, but hey, he's only the narrator. He is not the author. Always take it up with the author. Don't ever take it up with the narrator. The narrator didn't do anything. He did nothing at all.
Don't shoot the messenger.
No. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for having me. We'll get out here to do another one. Oh shit!
Look at that. It's playing in the background. I just got the sound.
Bucket of chicken, Jack Daniels.
Hey, you know what?
Yo, let me tell you something. David
Listen,
Carroll
they know
was the
you were a
best
dope
at it.
dealer. You didn't know whether they're going to stop you and search you. So you ran, and while you were running, you ditched the dope.
That's right.
I know you Negroes. And that guy ran in that parking lot because he was the one breaking in those cars. Yes, he was. Yep, it was him.
You know who he talking about.
It was him. And black folks don't want to deal with that. They exclude that from the record and pretend like that never happened. So their narrative is the cops just rolled up on this dude. He wasn't doing nothing. They opened fire and they shot him 20 times. No. They got a call that somebody was breaking in cars, A. They rolled up on the scene and saw the Negro, B. We want to find out who he is since we don't know who it is breaking in the cars. Stop. What did he do? He ran. That's the reason why you have the altercation. But black folks don't want to deal with that. And then you got this minstrel. You have this minstrel. I mean, this dude here.
Damn, I miss David Carroll.
I mean, the utter buffoonery and that complete display. I mean, I'm sitting there.
You know what I'm gonna do? We can go ahead and leave. Anybody that want to watch this, I'm gonna just let it play. Thanks, Truth.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Carrie. I think Sly is live. So I'm gonna let this, even though I have this one on the Wake Up Radio channel, all my David Carroll videos is over there. If anybody want to go see it, but if anybody want to stay and listen to the last 15 minutes of this, I'm gonna let it play. Y'all be good and be safe. Any last words, folks?
Listen, Carrie, love you. Nick, love you.
Love you too, bro.
Just keep your foot on their neck, man.
I'm on it, bro.
All right.
Love you back, TT.
All right.
All right. Y'all be good. Thank y'all for coming out.
Stay black.
Do I have to? No, I'm just kidding. Let me play it.
And I'm looking at it, and each time again that I'm looking at it, I'm more embarrassed than I was the first time. Such idiocy. Such lunacy. And then this minstrel has the unmitigated gall to tell those in attendance, shut the fuck up. Oh, hold up, brother. Wait a minute. No. If I was in attendance with my father and that minstrel stood at that microphone and said that shit, oh, we got to talk, guy. You're not going to disrespect my father like that, man. First of all, you owe him an apology, and then I still want to see you outside. How in the world did he get a pass telling elders in the attendance, shut the fuck up? Who is this Negro? What gives this shine that authority? And I know in y'all's mind, what gave him that authority is because he's a victim of white supremacy. And since he is an alleged victim of white supremacy, he's given a pass. Even though all of these hoteps and these pro-blacks are always talking about the ancestors, always talking about the elders, but y'all just sit there and let this dude, and we know that there were some senior citizens in attendance, he's just sit there and tell them to shut the fuck up, and y'all cool with that. This dude acts a complete monkey at that function. And y'all get mad when I call y'all that. Y'all get offended. Y'all don't like that. What do you describe this guy? Did you actually look at his attire? The house slippers? The Beats headphones? I mean, this is the reason why y'all's term coon don't have any bite. This is the reason why I told y'all stop using that word coon. Stop using it. If you're not gonna call this dude in this display cooning and buffooning, or call him a coon, showing up to give him a coon award, if you're not gonna do that to him, then you don't need to do that to nobody. That's just how that's gonna be. This was an embarrassment. And this is the reason why I told you black men, I told y'all, I've been telling y'all this shit for years. Y'all are the laughing stock of civilization. Nobody takes you serious. Nobody. They look at you Negroes and laugh. They look at you Negroes and it's just so amazing, just the level of not only cultural, political, historical stupidity that just oozed from the pores of this shine. It's just amazing. Completely amazing that this is given a pass by y'all. Y'all don't have no problem with this. And I told y'all, this is the politically correct version. We're gonna go straight down the center of the plate in the hole. Because what you have, and I'm going to address this here because I think this is a safe point that I can make in this public video, is that what you'll notice with all of these police shootings, and you notice this, and I know black people don't like this, but you will notice that in all of these cases, you have a dysfunctional home. That's what you had. I mean, Trayvon Martin's mom kicked him out the house numerous times. She couldn't control the boy. The last time she kicked him out the house, he went to go live with the daddy, who was living with the girlfriend. We know the end of the story. Michael Brown stayed in the city with both his biological parents, but he was being raised by his grandmother. Explain that. Tamir Rice, I mean, do I really need to even go there? Father getting out of jail, mama on her way. I mean, we can go on down the list and name all of these cases, and what you have in common is not a white cop pulling the trigger, but a dysfunctional black family. That's what y'all don't want to address. And then what makes this shit even more comical, and I'm going to get more in this in the whole, this is what makes this shit comical, is because the one who facilitates the structure of the black family being dysfunctional and out of whack is the black pastor in the black church. He's the one that upholds the black female being the head of the home, which again is diametrically opposed to the teachings of the Bible that he says he believes in. Yet he supports her being the head. He believes that she can play both roles. He applauds that Hallmark cards, Happy Father's Day, Mom. He likes that shit. So when you got black men saying that they're interested in helping black men, but somehow they exclude him from their critique in the equation, how serious do y'all want us to take you? When you can't say nothing about what this pastor does. And all of the dysfunction, all of the beta males, the terrorists who terrorize Blackistan, all of these stalking, effeminate Negroes who are sexually suspect that you see on social media have all been reared by a single mother. Or if the father's around, he just don't have a dominant role. And all of these Negroes that you see that's been gunned down by the police, they're in the same place. Because what you're going to find, if you live in a home and you have a father, what you're going to learn, you're going to learn this, is you're going to learn respect for authority. And respecting authority does not mean that I have to like what authority says. I don't have to like it, but I respect it. I didn't like everything my father told me. Hell no, I ain't like everything he told me, but I respected it. I respected him. He's the authority figure. He has the last say. And as he would often tell us, listen, this is my house. It's my shit. Now, if you don't want to abide by my rules, then what you need to do, and I'll help you do it, is you need to get your shit. Then you can be the boss over there. But as long as you stay here, you're going to do what I say when I say. That's just how that's going to be. Just like there are no D's and F's in my house. No. Do not bring me home a report card with D's and F's. There are no D's and F's in my house. And you learn to respect that. Don't like it. Don't always have to agree with it, but you respect it. And that translates over into adult life. You ain't got to like everything that cop tells you to do. But when he has a loaded semi-automatic pointed at your black ass, that is not the time to engage in some kind of argument and debate. That is time to comply what he's asking you to do. But because you Negroes, in this case here, has been reared by women, y'all think y'all gonna be able to, I'm gonna tell everybody know what I got to say and I don't care. No, that's effeminate, dude. That's what your mother taught you. That you got to have the last word. When somebody got a weapon pointed at you, no, they have the last word. The first and the middle and the last word. But these Negroes don't understand this because they have no respect for authority. And why don't they respect authority? They have no doubt. They have no father. And this is the part of the equation that the Negro don't want to address. He don't want no part of that. So he would just stay camped out at the ongoing legacy of slavery, institutionalized racism, white supremacy, even though most of these Negroes are cohabiting with white women. I mean, Hollywood screenwriters cannot write this shit. Then you have this minstrel. Let's get back to him. I ain't done with him yet. I'm going to save most of it for the whole. Y'all know what it is. But then we had this minstrel here, who stands in that city council meeting. You got to catch this. And that minstrel said, hey, the city has failed y'all. And then he goes on a rant, rambling on about nothing. That has nothing to do with nothing. But the fact that he would actually fix his mouth to suggest that the city of Sacramento failed black people. Then later on in the day or the next day, whatever the case may have been, who do we see this Negro hugging? None other than Al Sharpton. Now let that shit sink in for a minute. Let that sink in. I'm gonna let the clock tick so that you can actually just let that resonate. Let that sink in. This Negro said that the city failed. black people. Said they failed black people. Excuse me. Then later on the next day, he's cuddled up hugging Reverend Al Sharpton. I mean, now, I know what the Negro gonna say because I know how y'all think. Like I told you, I know you Negroes like the back of my hand. Y'all can't fool me. So I know what y'all gonna say. Y'all gonna say, well, you did mention that the Negro was ignorant. Talking about Devontae, I believe that's his name. Stefan's brother. You did say that he was ignorant. So since he's ignorant, him hugging Reverend Al Sharpton, maybe he doesn't know the history of Al Sharpton like you do. Okay. I know that's what you're going to say. I know that. Because I know y'all. Y'all think y'all got a case now. No, you don't. Because Reverend Al, we don't even need to go to his failures of the past. His failures throughout history. We ain't got to go through all those. Reverend Al failed this brother right in this situation that he's in. So what you going to do about that? And again, I know y'all, so y'all going to say, well, how did he fail him? He came there, he preached the eulogy, he supported the family, he's bringing light to the situation. He ain't failed him. Reverend Al did his job. No, he failed this brother. And the fact that y'all don't know how he failed him means that y'all failures too. Because it should have been Reverend Al. If nobody else pulled this Negro's coattail and pulled him to the side and told him, listen, man, you making a fucking fool of yourself. Cut that shit out. Man, you bringing a negative light to the death of your brother. You want to honor your brother, stand tall and be a man. Don't act like a fucking savage. Oh. Let me back up. I was in the hole. If you want to bring honor and respect to your brother, then, stand up straight and be a man and have some dignity, brother. When you stand and speak, man, show some class, man. That sheds a positive light on your brother, man. Acting a fucking fool the way you were, that does nothing but take the focal point off of your brother, off of his death, and places it on you, which is partly where the Negro wanted it anyway, because that's y'all. That's y'all. Y'all love the drum major instinct. But Reverend Al should have been the one checking that dude, telling him, listen, man, no, that's not the way we handle this. Don't do that. Don't do that. So even if you don't want to deal with the failures of Reverend Al in the past, we ain't even got to deal with it. Reverend Al failed this Negro right in this situation that he's dealing with right now. And for that shine to sit there and say that the city of Sacramento failed black people, and he's hugging the failure of black people. He's literally hugging and kissing the failure of black people. Defies fucking logic. But this is y'all. This is black men. I told y'all are the laughing stock of civilization, man. Nobody takes y'all serious, man. They just don't. You Negroes can't control the economy in your own community. The people who exploit your community, you don't even want to address them. But you're on YouTube addressing people that you don't know who stay in completely different states, completely different time zones. You'll spend your time trying to address them. But the people in your local community that you can actually reach out and touch, you don't even address them. The Negroes who are actually running around sending me emails, trying to bicker and argue with me. wasting their time creating different email accounts to try to argue with me. And the reason why I say try is because y'all already know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna block it. But the Richard Spencers, excuse me, the David Dukes, you know, the Klan, all of these all of these people who talk about y'all and say that y'all need to be shipped back to Africa, y'all a bunch of savages, y'all have done nothing. All of these people who say this stuff about y'all online, readily available. Y'all don't even address them. Those cops who just shot this brother, ain't nobody trying to dig up no dirt on them. You black men ain't trying to post their address online. Y'all not going to find out what their children look like and put that shit in a video. No, the only people that's eligible for that shit is other black people, which make you Negroes cowards and the laughing stock of civilization. This is the reason why, you know, nobody take you niggas serious, man. But let me back up, because I'm gonna save all that for the whole. And y'all already know what it is. Second nature like breathing. If you want the Easter trilogy, well, I'm gonna take this, I believe it's Devontae. I'm quite sure that's his name. Devontae. Ain't that something? Ain't that so fucking typical? Well, let me stop. Let me stop. Where I'm gonna take Devontae in the hole. You know what it is? Send me email. I'll send you the link. Because at the end of the day,